Let's get nasty on a Monday. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. 203, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. We'll get Carey back tomorrow from vacation.
Well, we'll get Carey physically back, but usually takes him a couple of days to reprogram.
Very true.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be refreshed, though.
Where's he at again?
California.
California.
Knows how to party.
So I'm going on vacation this week. Looked at the weather. Going in Florida.
Yeah.
It's supposed to rain every single day.
Yeah, but
Typically in Florida, though,
it's like a morning showers, afternoon.
Okay.
You get some pop-up showers, but then they go right through.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know, if I come back and, I don't have a tan, just know that it rained the entire time.
Now, do you
come
tan
back-
well or no?
Yeah, no, I do. I burn pretty easily, but that's if I don't take care of like the sunscreen and stuff, which is, sometimes I don't apply enough. But no, I tan actually pretty well. But if I don't tan, just know that it rained the entire time.
I was going to say, if you come back pasty white
Yeah.
and cranky, will know that it rained the whole time.
Yeah.
And the roads weren't good in Florida.
And yes, because of the
Yes,
pothole
the
situation.
potholes.
He gets very
yes,
upset.
yes.
Got it.
Watch out for the alligators.
And the sharks, apparently. I looked at this video. Apparently, there's sharks in the shallow part of the beach, in the water. So
There are certain areas, mostly in California, where the sharks, there's some nurseries.
San Jose.
Yeah, because all the weather. Well, San Jose's got a hockey team named the Sharks, which
we know, Anthony.
which you know about.
We know.
But there's some nurseries now for these sharks, like these great white sharks.
Really?
Yep. But they don't like the taste of humans.
No.
Sometimes they go in for a nibble. And they
So-
realize this is not on my menu and swim away.
My brother and I, one time when he was playing for Tampa, and I went down to see him, and we were beautiful weather. We'd had a few wobbly pops at the little tiki bar on the beach.
Nice.
Probably way too overserved, I can tell you that. We end up
Not your fault, though.
later on running down the beach. We had some people with us, and we're in the water. It's pitch black. We're in the ocean, out of the ocean, in swimming. We're not swimming. And all of a sudden, these huge lights come on.
Oh.
Get out of the water. I'm like, oh my God. What's right? So we were getting out of the water, feeling quite ashamed of just being alive at that point.
Yeah.
And the cops come up with the flashlights and ask us, what the hell are you doing? Where are you from? I'm like, well, my brother's like, well, I'm living down here. He's like, but where are you from? Oh, we're from Canada. Well, figures. So, it's a shark mating season.
Yeah.
And they come up to 12 inches of water or
Right.
something like that. So we're out there, right? I was like, actually, the first thing I said is, ironic. No, but I just... But they come up to the real shallow part. And then they took the big lights and flash, and you could see a whole bunch of fins and
Oh, man.
I was like, okay.
That's incredible.
I think we'll get out of the water now.
I think we'll be leaving.
Thank you,
now.
officer.
You're supposed to hit him right in the nose.
Oh, yeah, Marshy, that...
Yeah.
You know
The
what?
fist. And if one comes up to me, I'll go bang, bang.
Yeah, then bang, poke him in the eyes, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if they have a hold of you at that point, you're losing a limb.
Here's
Most
what I
likely.
always say. If you're able to
Get a
touch
Winter
the
Soldier
shark,
arm.
the shark is able to touch you.
right.
I'm like, damn good.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll have fun down there.
Yes.
Just be careful,
Have fun. Be careful out there.
The Cardinals dropped 2 of 3 to the Braves. They did win yesterday, though. They salvaged the series. They won yesterday. The day before, Phil Maton, not great. But, of course, going into the series against the Braves, a lot of people, including us, were discussing what Eric Fedde would look like on Saturday because he was staying in the rotation, as we know. Well, boys, Eric Fedde in his start on Saturday against Atlanta. I don't know, mixed reviews.
He's fine.
I think he was fast lane fine.
That's kind of what I'm leaning.
I was expecting worse.
The first inning, he gave up 3 bullets. Actually, 4 bullets. One of them left the yard.
What did it ever? In a hurry, too.
But you look at the final stat line, you're like, he allowed 3 runs, 4 2/3.
We call that progress.
I thought he was with the way he pitched in the first inning. I thought this won't be long. You can go get him now.
Yeah.
I thought the Braves were gonna tee off on him. So when he got into the fifth, you're like, all right, I guess that was fine. Did nothing to alter what I think the Cardinals should do moving forward, which is if you can't trade the guy, then
You should see the market for him now, Anthony.
Is it booming?
Yeah.
Anthony had a 6-pitch inning. What are you talking about?
He did. Yeah.
He sure did.
He certainly did.
Very efficient.
Yep. So now he surrendered the 2 home runs, struck out only 1. Still his best outing, I would say, in quite a while. He's given up 17 runs over 10 innings in his 3 previous starts. He had a 3.54 ERA in June, on June 19th, I should say. He finished the first half with a 4.83. I don't think he's really turned it around. I don't think the market is there. Maybe you can flip him for nothing.
Somebody's going to take him.
I think so, too.
Somebody's going to trade for him. If nothing else, just like we discussed with the Cardinals about, well, they don't have the depth. They don't have pitching depth. Some team that's contending is going to trade for Eric Fetty. They may or may not use him as a starter. He might be a bullpen guy. Who knows? But if someone gets injured down the stretch, they at least have an arm that they can put into the game. That's my thought.
Yeah.
And I think the Cardinals, after listening to a bunch of people talk about it and evaluating things, I think the Cardinals just wanted other teams to know that Eric Fetty's not hurt. Because a lot of
way to look at it.
Teams, when they see him missing a start and he's been pitching bad, they might be like, well, maybe something's wrong. Maybe maybe they've been working through some things. This way here, he pitched. You saw it.
Right.
You saw him. He was out there.
He's healthy.
He's healthy.
Yeah, you can fix him. We can't. But we don't know what we're doing. So in the proper hands, you'll be great.
And he went more innings than Sonny Gray too. Hey, take a look. Don't look at the rain delay by any means. But he went longer than our ace.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, pitch Sonny Gray. Well, I mean,
Okay.
all right.
Other than that, any other takeaways from the weekend series against Atlanta? Overall,
Herrera's
pretty
back.
disappointing. Yeah, that was good to see yesterday. How about
that guy
first,
automatically.
First AB. We've missed you.
Mm-hmm. And then how about him swiping a bag after that?
Yeah.
He had the bad hammy and all that stuff. Was all
Watch this.
I was impressed.
Yeah, I was glad he was back. I also thought Mason Wynn had himself a great series on the base pass.
Yeah.
Offensively,
he was a spark plug.
Yeah.
I was a little concerned about Friday's game with Matthew Liberatore on the mound.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting more out of him. And now that game was just an offensive fiasco.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he only went 3 innings. I think there was one at-bat. I think it was the Sean Murphy at-bat. I could have swore that bat, it lasted an hour. Mm-hmm. Just fouling pitches off. I'm like, is this a replay? What's going on here?
Right.
But he ends up taking them deep. I was wishing I would seen more out of Matthew Liberatore because of what we saw this past week with Miles Michaelis.
Sure.
Although he did have a good outing against Washington, but before that, the whole Eric Fetty situation, and then Andre Palante not really having a great start either. I thought maybe that Matthew Liberatore would go in and maybe calm some of our nerves, but that just wasn't really the case. Mm-hmm. I think... And he's pitched a lot. He's never been in this situation at the major league level, pitching so many innings as a starter. I think this break comes at the right time for him.
Yeah, I do too. It's weird with Liberatore. I don't quite know how to think. Like if we just look at, I don't know what to think, I should say. If we look at his first half, and you just take the first half, not what he did on Friday night, you got to be thrilled. He's stayed in the rotation. He's got a 4.13 ERA. He can improve upon that, but we've seen that he's capable of being at least a number 3 in a competitive rotation. Mm-hmm. He could be maybe peak upside. He could be a number 2. So that part is great. But when it's been bad, you almost have this reserve kind of thought of, well, are we sure?
But he follows it up with a good outing after that.
Yeah.
We remember for the longest time at the start of the season, I was like, I just don't know.
Yes.
I'm just waiting for,
the other shoe to drop.
Whatever. And then it did, the one game. But at no point did I think, okay, it's over here. But then he bounced back, and he went on a tear of like 3 or 4 games again before it went bad. Like, that's just that's pitching.
Yeah.
You like the Braves lineup, although the team has not been successful overall, that lineup has the potential to crush almost anybody.
Yeah, even without Austin Riley.
Yeah.
Missed
Look at the
time.
bats in that lineup. Like, if they're having a good day, it's a bad day for the pitcher.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
they're loaded.
I'm not reading more into Libertor's start than what it was a one-off. We'll see, what it looks like when they come back from All-Star break. And I just worry that as we inch closer and closer to the end of the season, the innings pitched is going to creep up on Libertor because he's never been a starter full-time from start to finish.
Yeah.
He's been up and down. Then they had him in the bullpen. And so they need him right now to be in the rotation right through if they're going to make a playoff push at all.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering how they handle that as it gets further down the line and how his own body handles that.
Sure.
Does Ryan Helsley give you the tight cheeks?
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I know he came through yesterday, but
Yeah.
Saturday, gives up the run.
Didn't I
2
send
hits.
something to our group chat?
You did send something, Jamie.
A little piece of information on this was,
What?
fine, here we go. 32 outings for Helsley this year, all exactly 1 inning. 8 times he has been perfect. 17 times he has given up at least 2 runners.
That's from Only Cards fans.
Yeah,
on,
only Cards fans.
X.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I'm worried.
We've seen closers walk the tightrope plenty of times before. Some closers are so wacky that they don't start pitching in the inning until they walk somebody. Get the heart rate up a
Yeah,
little
but
bit.
Helsley's not that guy, Anthony, because Helsley's the guy that's been telling the Cardinals for a couple of years now he likes to come
Clean
in.
inning.
Clean inning.
Yeah.
Clean inning. So if you think Helsley's like, I can't wait to get a guy on
Look, I'm
base.
trying to put a positive spin out of this.
I
Okay?
know, but I'm just trying
He
to...
did get squeezed a few times yesterday with some calls, which led to Ollie Marmol being
Dude,
ejected.
the umpire crew, not great for either side over the weekend. They had a rough one. Yeah, he gave up the walk single to start the inning yesterday, but he did rebound to retire. Matt Olson, Ronald Acuna Jr., and Sean Murphy, 19 save and 24 opportunities. Somebody's going to pay a dime for him. I'm telling you right now.
But I think if you're the Cardinals,
Yes,
you have to.
You have to.
You have to.
Yeah.
Because, and I'm not going to say I can see the wheels starting to rattle a little bit, but they're rattling a little bit.
Now's the time.
Now's the time to do it.
Now's the time. You have to strike. You have to strike when the opportunity is there. The opportunity is now.
And you have pitching on the way.
Man, do we ever.
Oh, the young pitching. I thought you meant somebody like immediately.
No.
Well,
maybe.
do we get a taste of
never
the
know.
new era of Cardinals baseball over the weekend with the MLB
Tennessee.
Draft? Loved what we saw out of the Cards. We'll get into it next on 101 ESPN.
For years now, I've been telling all of you about my friend and trusted realtor. That's Gloria Liu with your home sold guaranteed realty. Her eager buyers in waiting, her upfront written guarantees, and why she's the one you should call. There's something you have to know about Gloria Liu, that if you're selling a home and you're also looking to buy, Gloria takes care of you. She can handle all of that stuff. Gloria has featured listings and open houses this upcoming weekend. They're all over our area, and they're all with different price ranges. Something's going to match up with you, and they include some of the most amazing luxury properties. I mean, I'm talking incredible properties that you're not going to find anywhere else. Gloria Liu has guaranteed sale programs to help make buying and selling easy. In fact, Gloria Liu invites you to reach out to her directly, whether you're buying or selling. And if you want to see any of those amazing properties I just told you about, and you're going to want to do that, just give Gloria Liu a call at 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888, or you can visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Did we get a taste of maybe a new era of Cardinals baseball with the MLB Draft? The Cardinals selected fiery strikeout artist Liam Doyle with the number five overall pick. For a second there, guys, I thought Ethan Holiday was going to fall and they were going to have a decision, but he went the pick before to the Rockies.
If he was available, would you have I know you want pitching.
Such a tough question to answer, man, because.
I mean, yes, you take him. He's a Holiday, right?
Man, but did you see the pitching they got?
I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled with both. I'm thrilled that Ethan gets to join the organization that also selected Matt. That's awesome, and that Doyle was there for the Cardinals because
I wonder if he's equally as thrilled about that. Colorado's got a dumpster fire.
Now they are. Doyle rules. So they selected the hard-throwing, left-handed pitcher, Liam Doyle. I'm ecstatic. I don't know what the kid's going to be, but if you watched any Tennessee games from his time there, he was one of the best pitchers in the SEC. He was able to strike out 164 hitters in just 95 and two-thirds innings. Those are collegiate hitters.
That's where he's playing, though.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
But, you're going to get the Diamondback that's going to be like, oh, college is MLB. We know.
Well, yeah, but he hasn't played yet in majors yet.
What are we seeing now? 164 hitters in 95 and two-thirds innings, 3.2 ERA, one of the best in the conference, if not the best.
I like that he's a bit of a psychopath, too.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of carp in him.
He's a bit nutty.
So he actually doesn't even resemble a Cardinals player, like what the stereotypical Cardinal, He's firing away out there and pumping the fist and yelling. Then I guess off the field, he's like quiet, subdued, like
perfect,
totally chill dude, But this is what the Cardinals needed. We talked ad nauseum about this, how they need to take a bit of a risk, find a couple or at least one arm that has swing and miss. He's got that. And then, what I'm kind of pumped about too is their selection of Tanner Franklin as well. Watching this kid pitch, he's 6'5", 240, and he throws gas. I just showed Anthony one of the highlights. He averaged about 96 on the fastball, and the one highlight that I saw was like up just over 100 miles an hour, and that thing had some zip on it.
Yeah, the thing exploded.
There's a lot of people saying that he is the steal of the draft. So the fact that the Cardinals, and people are biased or they, everyone has their own opinion, but I've seen multiple people say that he is the steal of the draft, and the fact that the Cardinals got him, that's huge. You get one fiery lefty and another hard-throwing righty as well. Same team, and so those two guys can make their way up to the big leagues together.
Well, and theoretically, they should be here sooner than obviously the guys that you take out of high school. So you take somebody
both 21 years old,
right? You take Jordan Walker out of high school. There's going to be a learning curve. Even though he had success, he's still somebody that, you got to bring him along slowly. Now, did the Cardinals bring him up too soon? I don't know. But when you take somebody out of college, again, theoretically, they should be able to join the big league squad a lot sooner than a high schooler because they've at least played more baseball up until that point.
They're older a little bit, too. This is crazy thought, but what would hold the Cardinals back from giving one of these guys an opportunity like this year? Like a cup of coffee. Like the one kid, Liam, was talking about how he could be ready to go in like a week to 10 days, kind of ramp it up. Like, why not?
Him more so than Franklin, I would assume.
Or what if you brought Franklin up, had him on the bullpen, throwing that 100 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Like we talk about a youth movement.
Yeah, that's...
What? No, I know the whole argument is, well, you'll start the clock on their contract. You don't
want to bring them up too early, right?
I think we're...
I don't like your attitude. You know what? You talk a big game, Anthony Stalter. You talk a big game. You do. You talk about, get the young guys in. Who cares? But you don't mean it. You don't.
I was thinking McGreevy.
I'm going bigger, baby. I'm going bigger.
Bring up Weatherholt, too.
Give me the damn Tennessee Twins, okay?
Jamie, there's not enough room on the roster.
No, I'm making room. Don't you worry.
I got two guys you can let go. Anyway, no, I've been the one that has often preached. I threw this out to Danny Mac one time. He was on the show. I go, Dan, how crazy is it if like you just invest one whole draft into pitching? Like, how nutty would it be? Just to, if you
got enough of the other stuff.
If you don't have pitching, you don't have anything, right? Like, if you stockpile good young arms, first of all, they're not all going to make it, right? So you get a bigger bite of the apple. And two, if you have pitching throughout your organization, that's the first thing that teams are going to call on when they're looking to trade with you. So my whole philosophy would be allow others to develop the bats, and when they're major league ready, you pair that with your pitching, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're drafting, developing pitching. That would be the way I would go. Not saying the Cardinals are doing this, but out of the first four picks, two of them are college pitchers with high upside. I think it's great.
It's exactly what they need. They don't need any more positional players. Like, there's so many positional players, especially infielders, that they don't even have room for all of them, like, on the roster.
Right.
And we don't even know what Herrera's going to be. He's obviously not going to be a catcher the rest of this year. Is he strictly DH? Will he get outfield reps? Like, who the hell knows at this point? Mm-hmm. So I'm with you. Load up on the pitching and play the percentages.
Exactly.
If the percentages say, 1 out of every 4 is good. Okay, good. Give me 8 pitchers then.
Right. Fantastic. Those two of them.
Do you think the Cardinals hit... Speaking of, what's going on over there?
Fired up over here.
Okay.
Fired up, Marshy.
Punching keyboard.
Do you think the Cardinals hit on their two last first round draft picks in Weatherholt and Doyle?
Hey, it looks like they did. Sure.
Far.
Yeah.
Now,
in terms of just a draft value selection, all that, them coming out of college or high school. Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Now, what's funny is, and I was wondering how this would play out. I'm seeing on social media all over the place, the Chaim Bloom era is here because of the picking up the pitcher.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. John Mozeliak, who has stated he's still in control of this team through the trade deadline.
Right.
You don't think... but Chaim Bloom, this is his...
I don't know. Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know, but it's just funny. It's typical when the Cardinals fans...
When they like the pick.
When they like the pick, it's going to be Bloom.
Yep.
If it's a bad one, damn, Mozeliak should have kept his nose out of it.
You're right.
Yeah.
If
they drafted Jamie Arnold, Mo would have been the one who was in charge of everything.
If it was like J.J. Weatherholt, Randy Flores did it again, man. That guy's incredible. Yeah, you're right, though. We will have a bigger and deeper conversation about when Chaim Bloom does take over. What does that look like based on the comment Jamie just made? Because there is some social media aspect to that that's kind of funny. But we're going to have off-season Blues Qs coming up next. So if you got a Blues-related question, send it into the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646. Again, our Blues Qs are next. 314-399-9646 is how you can get a hold of us if you have a pressing Blues question that you want answered by us here in the Fast Lane. That's next on 101 ESPN. I love underdog fantasy. I love playing underdog fantasy. I love the fact that they've got really anything that you want to play. So, for example, tonight, you might be thinking, well, Major League Baseball, they got the All-Star break, so nothing going on. Derby's going on, but Underdog's not going to have anything. Actually, Underdog has, whether or not certain players like Raleigh, for example, the longest distance home run, you can go higher or lower on how far Cal Raleigh or O'Neal Cruz or James Wood is going to hit their furthest home run. You choose higher or lower. You build up your pick selection. If your entry is correct, you can win up to 1,000 times your money. That means you can turn a single dollar into 1,000 just by getting a few picks right. Tomorrow, they'll have Major League Baseball All-Star Game, higher or lower stats to choose from. It's fun. It's right there at Underdog Fantasy. Home Run Derby, WNBA, NBA Summer Ball, PGA, NASCAR, UFC, boxing. They got it all at Underdog. So download the Underdog app. Sign up with my promo code Anthony to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Again, that promo code is Anthony. Must be 18 plus and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See underdogfantasy.com/web/deposit-match-terms. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Cardinals head into the All-Star break with a 51-46 record. They are 6.5 games behind the Cubs for first place in the NL Central, and they sit 1.5 games back of that final wild card spot. We'll continue talking about the Cardinals throughout the remainder of the show. Tonight we'll have MLB's Home Run Derby. That begins at 7 o'clock, so make sure you tune into that. But coming up next, we have our Offseason Blues Q. So if you have a question as it pertains to your St. Louis Blues, make sure you text into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We'll get to those Blues Qs next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Now, it's time for the Fast Lane's Blues Qs.
All right, time for some Blues Q, some Blues-related questions here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Our guy Carey Davis will be back with us tomorrow. There's still time for you to get in. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Marsh, fire away.
All right, our first question comes from Who's On First. If the over-under for Robert Thomas's point total next year were to be 101, that is 101, we like that number, would you go with the over or the under?
Point total 101 for Cairo, you said?
No.
Robert Thomas, I mean, sorry.
I would go with the under. And it's not that I don't believe that he can get that many points. If there's a strategic bet, like an actual bet, he's never been above 90 points. So the fact that he'd score over 101 points in the season that quickly,
yeah, it's a big jump.
I wonder what the odds would be on that.
I don't know. I think he's 95 points next year. 90 to 95.
Which would be a good jump for him. His high is 86.
Well, last year, yes, as high as 86, but last year was his highest points per game. Remember, he was injured for 3 weeks.
He finished with 81. You're right.
He would have had 90 points plus this year.
I'll go under as well, but I'm with Jamie that wouldn't be a disappointment if he got to the 95-point range.
Yeah.
Not at all. From the 314, what Blue is the equivalent to J.J. Weatherholt in terms of upside?
So a player. So if maybe I'm taking this too literally, but you can't do Jimmy Snuggerud then.
I was thinking that, but
he's already up.
He's already up. I guess the natural one would be Dalibor Dvorsky. You know, you got a guy. So J.J. Weatherholt, he may or may not play second base for the Cardinals at one point. He might be an outfielder, center fielder. Like, who knows? Dalibor Dvorsky may or may not play center for the Blues. He might start on the wing. So there's a little bit of a comparable there. Both players, tremendous upside, hardworking kids. For me, it'd be Dalibor Dvorsky.
Speaking of
not Jimmy Snuggerud,
Speaking of Dalibor Dvorsky, from the 314, does Dvorsky take Bolduc's spot on the third line like Robert Thomas did in 2019?
It's possible, and that's why I highlighted last week that Doug Armstrong made a point to talk about how now that they've accrued so many center icemen, that if Dalibor Dvorsky shows out well in training camp, he could play the wing. He could. And if that's the case, maybe he is a replacement for Bolduc. But again, this is going to be a big training camp for Dalibor Dvorsky. You say that, I say that, and I almost want to correct myself a little bit because he's 20 years old. He's going to be 20 years old. It's a big training camp for him. It's only because he's been here for a couple of training camps, and now he's able to play pro hockey because he's from across the ocean. It's not a huge deal. It's a big training camp from the standpoint of I'm sure he'd like to make the team, but if I'm the Blues, all I want to see is progress.
At what point does frustration set in for a player like that, a player from Europe?
Yeah.
Is there any frustration that he's been in this system for a few years now? Let's say he does not make the team to start off the season. What does that look like for a player at such a young age?
That's where it's important for the organization to over-communicate with him, to really talk about how they're pleased with certain aspects of his game that have gotten better. He's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger, he's recognizing things better. Not quite there yet. You're going to play top minutes down in Springfield, be on the first line, first power play. We're going to get you some penalty kill too. That way when you come up here, the next time you're here for good. So to avoid the frustration, you have to over-communicate and highlight a lot of the positives as to him going in the right direction.
Well, speaking of that third line, there's some players that we don't really know what their role will be heading into the season. That is Matthew Joseph and Alex Texier from Jamie's Vacation Speedo. Do you see Joseph and or Texier remaining on the roster for the start of the season?
That's a really good question. Matthew Joseph figured out the way he has to play in order to be in the lineup for the Blues. Can he do that right away coming out of training camp? I don't know. It's going to be tough because you look at the left side of the ice and you're going to have Snuggerud, you're going to have Holloway, you're going to have Jake Neighbors and Toropchenko down the left side, and it's equally as congested on the right side as well. The only spot that's available for a guy like Matthew Joseph will be right wing on the third line, but you're going to have Dvorsky, you're going to have Bukestad, you're going to have Texier, you're going to have a lot of guys competing for that spot. So, I don't know. Training camp's going to be big for Matthew Joseph and Texier, too. See, Texier has more upside because he's more skilled. He's fast. He's got more skill. He can make a bigger impact on the game with offense. So if he comes to training camp and shows out well in preseason and whatnot, I could see the Blues leaning more towards Texier than Joseph.
From the 636, what's one thing that you guys think the Blues are missing on their team?
One thing that they're missing. I think that they could use another, oak tree on their defense to be paired in that top four. The two, they got Parayko, Broberg. We'll see about whether or not.
I think Mayu's the guy.
Okay, so
I
Mayu.
think he's the guy. He's 6'3", 6'4".
And then you got who? Falk?
You got Fowler.
Oh, Fowler.
Fowler, he's about my size, Fowler.
Okay.
So, I mean, he's not an oak tree by any means.
Sure.
But he's not no insult, but he's not Torrey Krug.
Right. I mean, the obvious is somebody that's going to be an elite goal scorer, and
Superstar.
I mean elite, yeah. And we're going from Jordan Kyrou to one of the top guys in the league. So you're always missing that dude, right? Mm-hmm. I don't even mind though the ability to roll the four lines and get balanced scoring throughout. You can always use more centers. So as I come around, I'll go center. I'll go a second or third line center.
Yeah,
bona fide second.
Bona fide second, if not a,
high upside third.
Exactly.
Which Pius Suter could be that guy.
Could. He doesn't project to be that high end offensively.
Right.
So I would say that, obviously a good two-way center, but a guy that profiles to be a 65, 70-point guy. Mm-hmm. I think that's, for me, obviously I'd like to say, Connor McDavid.
Yep.
Or if they could find a player like that, or next year, if Army does something crazy next offseason, the UFA pool is massive. Mm-hmm. It's filled with superstars.
Jack Eichel, circle.
Jack Eichel would be a tremendous St. Louis Blue. Mm-hmm. He would be unreal. And he'd be your first or second line center, doesn't matter. Thomas, Eichel, who cares? Shuffle the deck, doesn't matter. But he's so good defensively and so good on the faceoff dot and big. Jack Eichel, if I'm Doug Armstrong, I'm hoping that Vegas somehow screws this up and lets him get to free agency. And then that's where I'd pour a lot of money, right there.
I like it.
Got a question from the 636. Are the Blackhawks the prime example that even tearing it down to the studs and getting high draft picks with a supposed generational talent doesn't mean sustained success? Or are they just that poorly run?
No, I don't think they're necessarily poorly run. I think I lean more toward the first aspect because remember when a lot of people are like, "Hey, Cardinals need a tank. They need a tank. They need a tank. Look what the Cubs did. Look what the other teams did. You have to tank to do it." Well, more teams are tanking now, quote unquote, than ever before. Mm-hmm. So you're not ahead of it. So there's no guarantee, and there's no guarantee that even though if you land in the top five. In this case, with Chicago, you had the top selection, 2 years ago. There's no guarantee that player is going to turn into a generational stud that you can build around. There's no guarantee that if you tank, it's instant sustainable success for years on end. Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go with a little bit of both on this one here, and I'll explain why. One, I actually think the Blackhawks are a victim in this a little bit too. Because they had to take Connor Bedard. Mm-hmm. And before the draft even happened, you guys can go back and check the shows. I said, I don't think he is a superstar. Mm. I don't think he's going to be that guy. Now, I still might be wrong. He might turn into that guy a year or two from now, maybe. But I watch a player that was very dominant against boys in junior hockey. He has yet to be dominant at the professional level. He's probably a guy that would benefit by going down to the American Hockey League for a while. But you can't do that because he was so hyped up. And now the Blackhawks picked the right guy because what are we going to pass on him?
Right.
And then what if he turns into that superstar? So I think they were forced into that pick. I think that his development is taking longer than what they wanted it to be. But this is where I blame, this is why poor management now. They haven't surrounded him with the right players. They tried to surround him with a whole bunch of older players in the league, but older guys that couldn't skate, aren't fast enough, like Foligno, Corey Perry, Taylor Hall. Like, these are all guys like, they're not really helping Connor Bedard. And so now they've gone full flip again. Now they've gone back to almost a youth movement. So now he's stuck on an island kind of alone right now, Bedard is. So that's also another factor. His teams can easily defend him because there's not much else to worry about on that team.
Yeah, and I can verify you liked Adam Fantilli.
I did.
More so than you did
and he's
Connor,
a better player right
Connor
now.
Bedard, yeah.
Yeah,
I guess he should be because he was at college, so he played at Michigan.
He's a better player. I just think he's a better all-around player. He's way more NHL ready.
Leo Carlson went 2. You just mentioned
And he's a better
Fantilli at
player.
3. Will Smith with the Sharks. Anthony, that's
catcher.
your guy.
Nope, not mine.
At 4. Even Ryan Leonard with the Washington Capitals. He went 8. So you have Mitchkov, who Anthony thinks is a fake player. He's with the Flyers at 7. Last one here. Interesting question. From the 314, where is the best place to sit at the Enterprise Center? If you were going to watch a game, where would be the best place to sit?
So I've always been a big fan of the corners. So if you sit in a corner, depending on what end you like to sit at, a lot of people like to see, well, I'd like to sit at the end where the Blues shoot twice. Okay, so that would be the one end, the visitor's end, and you just go up the corners. From there, about 15, 20 rows up, boom, you get to see the most ice surface from that spot. If you sit in the middle of the ice, you lose the corners and the near side boards. If you sit too close to the glass, you lose almost everything. So in the corner, you get a view of kind of everywhere except for that one corner. That one little corner is where you lose sight of the puck.
I like the corners as well. I sat there. Unfortunately, I sat there for the Blackhawks win against Ryan Miller. Was that Kane? I always forget. Is that Kane or Taves?
Taves.
On the breakaway.
Yes.
So
Jonathan Taves.
Yeah. Not Devon Taves.
No. So I sat in the corner for and you're right, Jamie. I think it's a perfect spot. You can kind of see everything. I saw that was going to be a goal when he crossed mid-ice.
Oh, yeah.
The way that turnover happened.
We get a texture here from 314. I had forgotten about this, but I remember now. It said, I remember Jamie saying that Bedard would be more like Alex DeBrincat. And he goes, Jamie's right.
Oh, there you go.
Thank
Nice
you
job.
for remembering that.
By the way, we did get a lot of questions about Justin Carbonneau, but we will have a conversation about him later in the show, just to give a heads up to all the people that texted about him.
DJ Pattycake says, yeah, I bet you love the corners, Anthony. I love corner kicks in soccer. So, yeah, it's a perfect,
I agree. Corner kicks are exciting.
Very exciting. A lot of times when you have that corner kick, really determines whether or not you're going to win that game. More opportunities.
And make sure you have the right setup.
Yeah. Jamie called me yesterday and started asking me about it. He's like, did you see this? Did you see this episode? You got to watch it. So I just said, save it. I saw it. We'll break it down. This is All-Star. Since it's the All-Star week, we're going to expand a little bit. Jamie and I got into a show last night, and we've got thoughts. That's next on 101 ESPN.
Johnny Londoff Chevrolet. They are the best in the business for so many reasons. One, they've got tremendous inventory. If you're looking for a brand new vehicle or a pre-owned vehicle, Londoff Chevrolet has that vehicle for you. Two, they've got 2 locations now. So if you were worried about going all the way out to Florissant before because you live in St. Charles, well, don't worry. They still have the original location right there in Florissant, Missouri, but they got the brand new Londoff Autoplex located in St. Peters, right off of Highway 70. Again, both locations have tremendous inventory and unbelievable customer service, and that's what it's all about. And that's the third thing, is the customer service from Londoff Chevrolet. It has been the same ever since I set foot in there over 25 years ago as a customer, and it hasn't changed at all. They take pride in people feeling comfortable while they purchase a vehicle, and they take pride in people referring them to friends, family, neighbors, whatever it is. You get them to Londoff Chevrolet. So please stop by either location. Please tell them that Jamie Rivers sent you in. They love hearing that. And if you can't get there in person, check them out online. Visit Londoff.com or LondoffAutoplex.com. Are you kidding me?
Johnny Londoff Chevrolet.
So, Jamie, you called me yesterday, and you're like, hey, did you see his first episode of Quarterback yet on Netflix? And of course, Quarterback is in their second season. So, the first time they did it, which is, I think, 2 years ago, because they had Quarterback, and then they had wide receiver, and then this is the second season now, Quarterback. So, the first season was Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and
Marcus Mariota.
That was such
Who could forget?
It's so weird that, like, how did he be, like, you got Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, who's a very established NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
And then Marcus Mariota.
Right.
Like, what do we, who
He
made
said
that?
yes.
Yeah,
You know?
but come on.
He said yes to it. Wide receiver was great too, and then they got the second season now. It's on Netflix. Whether you're a football fan or not, I think it's kind of interesting to like get the backstory of some of these players.
Yes.
So the first episode hits. The best, I thought the best moment in that first episode by far was Jared Goff after he was traded from the Rams. He's sitting there. He's talking about how devastating he was. He was ticked off too. It's kind of the nature of professional sports.
Imagine being traded from a Super Bowl contender, getting to the worst team in the league.
Blindsided.
Absolutely. Not Michael or Blindside either.
No.
Completely blindsided.
A fictional tale.
Yeah, that was weird. Turns out
that was a true story.
That's different. That's a different documentary.
Hang on. Just for a quick second on that, because I saw it pop up on TV the other day. I'm like, I can't even watch this anymore.
I know.
Like, knowing that it was like, I mean, very loosely based, but so inaccurate, the way they depicted it.
Yeah.
And finding out now that I was all bull.
Or wasn't really even paid. I don't think at all. Anyways, yeah.
All right.
So I thought the best moment in the entire episode was Jared Goff, and it really paints the picture of how the Lions have completely changed their culture. It has been always a prideful fan base, but kind of a laughing stock of an organization. They always find a way to screw it up, right? Even if you have Barry Sanders, even if you have Calvin Johnson, you'll figure out a way to screw it up. But Jared Goff talked about how he's sitting there feeling unwanted by the Rams, and he was blindsided, but he didn't feel like he was even given a chance. And hey, look, that's the way it's got to go. You just got to rip the Band-Aid off if you're the Rams.
Yep.
He's reading all the messages about, or the media reports about how the Rams and Sean McVay wanted to upgrade and all that, and then he's getting a phone call from a number he didn't know, he didn't recognize. His agent said, "Hey, pick up the damn phone. It's Brett Holmes, the GM of the Lions, who's out of breath saying, hey, we're so excited to have you. We wanted you. We targeted you in the trade. This is who, you're the guy we wanted." He speaks to Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell says the same thing. You're my quarterback. Every head coach needs a QB. I'm taking over. You're my guy. And all of a sudden, Jared Goff's like, oh, okay, yeah. I went from a team that didn't want me to I forget there's another side of this. This is a team that wanted me. And I thought the Lions, Jared Goff is incredibly likable. I mean, if you're watching these episodes,
is a good dude.
He's incredibly likable.
Yeah.
But the Lions come off like, oh yeah, this is the foundation of turning a morbid franchise around. That was one of my main takeaways.
Yeah, I had a lot of takeaways, but if we're going to isolate them kind of one at a time here, I thought to myself, because Anthony, you were in Detroit for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
I was as well. And the Lions were always kind of the butt of the jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Red Wings were hot in the 90s, early 2000s. Hockey was booming.
Yeah.
The Tigers, still
horrible early in the decade, turned things around. Obviously, went to the World Series
very
in 06.
popular
Yes.
in Detroit.
Yeah.
And then the Lions were like, and we got the Lions.
Right.
And
Pistons very proudful.
the Pistons, yes, as very, very much so. But to see where the franchise was, even in Goff's first season, to where it is now, and then getting a peek behind the curtain from what Jared Goff told us about the trade, it is so important for ownership to get it right with their front office and the head coach.
Yeah.
Because those two guys have turned that franchise around.
Completely.
Like, completely around to where now people talk about Super Bowl contender, want to be a Lion, players taking less money to stay with the Lions, coaches not wanting to leave because they want to be with the Lions.
Yeah.
So that was great for me. And then, you know what? It's always interesting, too, as well. Your guy, Kirky Cousins, it's always interesting to see what these guys have to deal with and go through. And they talked about Joe Burrow's wrist injury and things like that.
Learning to play the piano.
They learned to play the piano. That was weird. didn't have it on my bingo card.
No, I didn't either.
But then you see, like, Kirk Cousins, and what was oddly funny about that is he's talking about getting the stem cell IVs.
Yeah.
I just learned about this. I just learned it with Ashley, my girlfriend, starting her own company up, soon to be Synergy Spine and Acupuncture, but they're going to be offering stem cell IVs. And so they were talking to me about it going in. They said, well, for all the injuries, we'd like to see how your body reacts to it. And I said, okay, let's do it. Then Kirky Football is talking about this stuff. And, last year he had the laser, the things on his head and the wires. And, like, he's a nut job. But I don't think he's the weirdest guy on the show. I think Cool Joe.
He's not what I expected. Joe Burrow isn't what I expected, because he does have like a kind of a cool vibe doing whatever.
He's
but
kind
he's
of a
really
pissy dude, though.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. I don't know if you've started the second episode yet,
just
to get into
beginning.
his fashion. He's a fashionista.
Yes.
Likes his fashion. Anyways, but what did you think about Kirk Cousins talking about? Because everybody knows my feelings. Like, what did you? I'm interested to know. And they reported it, and we kind of talked about it a little bit last week. But he said, you know what? I kind of felt misled, because had I known the Falcons would take a quarterback that early, I would have just stayed in Minnesota. We liked Minnesota. And it was a poorly worded question by whoever the reporter was that asked Kirk, hey, what was it about Minnesota that made you want to leave and go to Atlanta?
Yeah.
And Kirk was like, oh, we didn't want to leave Minnesota. We loved Minnesota.
Yeah.
Loved it. Would have stayed there. What was your thought on that? Because Marsh, maybe you remember better than I do, but I remember Minnesota was moving on.
So
they were done.
I don't know if they were done. I think they would have offered Kirky another year. Because J.J. McCarthy would not have been ready. I think Kirky would have probably got a year offer from them.
But he wanted the long term.
Which is why I think, never mind, the situation, is because Atlanta was giving him the long-term, guaranteed, bigger chunk of change. As far as him saying he was misled, I can understand that. Because if Minnesota was saying, hey, Kirky, we're going to give you a year because we're going to draft a young quarterback, they're probably being very upfront. And Atlanta probably didn't tell him.
Oh, no. Right.
Because to my knowledge, I don't think Atlanta knew they were taking Penix until he was still available.
Yeah, right.
Pretty much, right?
Nobody knew. Because that's why it was such a shock and why the Falcons got blasted on draft night, because people were so surprised that they took Penix number 7.
And so for him to say he was misled, I don't blame him for saying that.
Yeah.
Because if you go to sign a contract, a long-term deal with a team or a company or whatever it is, being told that you're the guy, you're the number one guy, you're the number one guy, until, by the way, we just drafted the next number one guy. That's misleading.
Yeah.
I think
it is. It's interesting, though. I feel like both sides kind of have taken their shots. Like, Kirk wanted long term, and he got it. He also took the $90 million plus guaranteed, which he wasn't going to get in Minnesota. His wife's from Atlanta. So, like, that side, hey, look, you still got what you wanted. Did you hear, this was very subtle. Did you hear what Raheem Morris, the head coach, said? He goes, Kirk Cousins, we knew that, we felt as though that we could win the NFC South.
That's not setting the bar too high.
My thought is on this. My thought was this. They knew Kirk was only going to be a 2-year deal. The whole money, the money is front-loaded at 2 years. They pay him like nothing after this year. So they front-loaded it for 2 years. But in order to get him from Minnesota, they gave him the 4-year contract.
Yeah.
But it's really a 2-year deal. Then they took Penix. I think the whole plan was Penix learned for a year plus. Kirk can win us the division now. So, satisfy the fan base and the ownership group, which is pissed off. And then we'll have our franchise quarterback. So both sides kind of got what they wanted and also didn't.
Well, I agree.
But I thought it was a very subtle. Yeah, we knew we could win the NFC South, and that's all he said. I'm like, oh, you plan just to win the division, knowing like he wasn't going to be the dude moving forward.
He's not going to be the guy take you.
This was the plan all along, and Kirk and his family's like, what? 35. I thought this was going to be a long term. It's an arranged marriage, my man.
I love the way you portray him.
You know what? I'll say this about Kirk. He's unapologetically himself. Like, he talks about great clips. He talks about, like, he leans into it. He's talking about
total dork.
The music he listens to. Like, all right, cool, man. Dude, you're comfortable in your own skin.
Well, he's got a couple $100 million to make him comfortable.
So I don't care what you say. I can get my haircut anywhere.
I got a great clips. What's your problem?
If I put a bowl on my head and cut it myself, I don't care. Get all that money in the bank. All right, what's the current outlook for the Cardinals the rest of the season now that we've reached the All-Star break? That's next on 101 ESPN.
Cheap, fun. Let's get dirty over at Dirt Cheap. Whether it's pool parties, grad parties, just a weekend alone, maybe a weekend at the lake, maybe a float trip. Doesn't matter because Dirt Cheap always have a ton in stock during the summertime to take care of anything that you need. They are your one-stop party shop. They got great items in there with the Busch Light, the Bud Light, Natty Light, all the beers you can imagine, all nice and cold too. And they've got the canned cocktails as well. They got the Twisted Tea, the Cutwater, High Noons, whatever you're looking for. And what a selection of bourbons that they have. Fantastic choices available at every location. They've got great tequilas as well. Maybe you're whipping up some margaritas for some, Taco Tuesday. Who knows what you got going on? I know that Dirt Cheap has you covered. They also have an app. It's the Dirt Cheap Rewards app, and you can start saving immediately. Download the app, punch in your phone number, and you're set to go. You can also place a pickup or delivery order from the app, and at certain locations, they have a drive-through that is available. So please download the app, start saving, and get into Dirt Cheap. Tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. You can also visit cheapcheapfunfun.com. Again, that's cheapcheapfunfun.com. Remember to have fun out there, but please be careful.
Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. So what's the current outlook for the Cardinals rest of season? We officially made it to the All-Star break, gentlemen. We had this discussion on Friday about, like, how would you gauge the Cardinals to this point, right? And I think all of us are saying, hey, expectations were pretty low coming into the season. At best, we saw maybe another 83-win team. But as some listeners have let us know, we have been rather negative when it comes to the Cardinals.
What?
Sure. So I think 51-46, we can all admit they have exceeded our expectations thus far. They're plus 17 in run differential. They are a game and a half out of the wild card right now. So all of that is on the positive side. On the negative side, we know the pitching isn't good enough for them to make a deep run. Mm-hmm. And they're also 6.5 games now back of the Cubs. So what's your current outlook for the Cardinals moving forward? Or does it completely depend on what they do at the deadline?
Wow. My current outlook. I think it depends what they do at the deadline. I really do. And I don't even know what the right answer is, because are they a playoff team? Do they do what the Cardinals do and play safe and not sell and or do they do what they're supposed to do and sell off some pieces and get pieces too? Like,
right.
To me, that's what they have to do. A guy like Lars Nootbaar, he's in play for me. You know, what can I get for Lars? Ryan Helsley. But in saying that, you might get back help from elsewhere that can help you in the immediate and make your team better.
Even if it's within your own organization, like Michael McGreevy coming up.
Which
is a must.
And I think you could get an arm for Lars Nootbaar. Like, if you wanted to get another rotation guy, you could get it. And then you don't have to worry about Fetty, Michaelis
right.
Move on from that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. My overall outlook for the season, I said it last week, was I'm pleasantly surprised, because I expected it to be really painful. Mm-hmm. We talked about it at the start of the season, like, man, it's going to be a long summer. Like, this is not going to be. We can only talk about how bad they are for so long before it becomes really monotonous.
Yeah.
We haven't really had to do that. We've had some stretches where it's bad baseball. We've also seen some really good baseball. Mm-hmm. So far, pleasantly surprised. But, yeah, for me, the deadline will indicate to me whether the Chaim Bloom regime is actually starting and if it's actually going to be different.
I think I'll be more excited if they decide to, let's say they flip Eric Fetty. I don't know what Michaelis's future is. They may ride it out.
As a Cardinal.
I think so, too. I think they'll probably ride it out. But if they do flip Fetty or they move on from him, let's just say they move on from him, and they promote Michael McGreevy full-time, I'm more apt to say, hey, I'm good with the rest of the season having the outlook of we're going to play a lot of these young guys, including McGreevy, and we're going to take our lumps, but these guys are also going to get valuable experience. And if we catch fire, who knows? Maybe we'll be a wild card team. I'm good with that, because at least you have now one eye on the future, or both eyes on the future. What we've gotten so far has been, well, do they hang on to these guys? Do they hang on to them, try to make a run? Do they add? What does add look like? There's a lot of unanswered questions.
Define add.
But the way that they finished the first half, dropping 6 out of 10,
not great,
having really more rough series than they had good ones, including,
a lot of that was due to the pitching too.
Exactly, including the one in Chicago. What do they do?
Yeah.
If they play it safe, if they have a typical John Mozeliak deadline, and what I mean by that is, the dance partners weren't there. We just added a reliever. I ain't gonna be excited for the second half. Mm-hmm. I'm just not. But if they say, we're excited about our youth, we got some assets for the future as well, and we move some of these guys, and you're going to be watching a lot of young guys do their thing in the second half. I don't know if it's the best way to win, but I'll at least feel good about the fact that they're moving forward.
Do you think that this starting rotation can win you a playoff series?
No.
You don't think so?
No, sir.
Not the way it sits, no.
What if I told you?
What if I told you
30
that
for 30. A starting rotation? I'm just going to go down the list. There's 6 pitchers in the starting rotation. Your ace had a 3.09 ERA.
Yep.
In this season. And here are the rest of the ERAs. 6.02. This is your starting rotation. 4.12, 7.14, 5.06, 5.18.
Is that 2011?
That's your that's your 2006
Dodgers.
Cardinals.
St. Louis Cardinals starting rotation in the regular season.
Well, the
They
regular
found
season,
a way
that's
to
the
win
one,
a World Series.
That's the year they limped in.
They did. They won
Literally.
83 games. I don't think 83 games is going to get them in this year.
Their offense helped them.
Yeah, who did they
And they
have
got
swinging
health.
the bat back then in 06?
They got healthy the right time.
What?
too.
That's Scott Spezia.
Among others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
think
they pitched well in the
did.
postseason.
They did.
Do you think that these guys will pitch well in the postseason?
Could you say the same thing about that group back in 2006?
Look, I wasn't
Just
here
saying,
then.
there's a chance.
Okay, I can't answer
give me
that
some
question.
of the names from back then.
We had Carp, who was
Yeah.
your ace, bona fide ace.
Yep.
Jason Marquis,
Yep.
He was fine.
Jeff Suppan, Mark Mulder, Anthony Reyes, and Jeff Weaver.
Jeff Dreamweaver. So you had some veterans at least. I guess you have veterans now.
You do.
All right, I'm on board, Marsh.
You on
This is
board?
going to be 2006 all
I
over
watched
again.
a video last night on YouTube. Said how a team with zero pitching won the World Series.
It is true. I don't know if that's the norm. I don't know
I
if
don't
that's
think
something.
it is. But we
something
talked,
you can lean on.
We talked about this. I believe it was last week. I asked the question to you: Do you think the Cardinals have seen what they saw? You know, they look back to the past and were like, well, you know, that team won a World Series. Like, why not? Let's just roll it back.
I think they have had that mindset before.
I know it's kind of like
It's not necessarily
it's a
the
little
World
sarcastic
Series.
of a question, but
I think the ownership group here in the front office has just said, hey, let's just get in. They've said as much. Let's just get in. You never know. See what happens. And then you just highlight the Arizona Diamondbacks and teams of that ilk.
yourself too.
Me?
No, not you, but like your previous team. 2006. I just
Yeah.
brought it up.
Oh, yeah. I see what
Granted,
you're
you
saying.
had
Yes.
Pujols and Roland on that team and Jim Edmonds and
Yeah.
like I said, Scott Spezio.
Right.
But at the same time, you know, your pitching staff was not that great.
No, it
back
wasn't.
then.
It wasn't. But I do think they just say, hey, get in, anything can happen. I do think that philosophy has been there.
And I wonder if they do the same thing this year. Like, well, you know, maybe we bring up McGreevy, but let's just roll these guys out there. Let's see what happens if we make it in. Who knows?
Yeah, I'll be frustrated if that's the case.
Absolutely.
I would be real frustrated. Yeah. And Hambone Williams from the Snake Pit says, were there any big bats on the 2006 team or any future Hall of Fame catchers to help that pitching staff? It's a good question. I'll have to go back and take
go
a
watch
look.
the video. Maybe
I'll go watch the YouTube video. Send me the link. I'll watch it. It's a good question. I don't know if they had any Hall of Fame bats or Hall of Fame, future Hall of Fame
Yeah, absolutely.
catchers. Or one of the best manager pitching coach combinations in ever, Bob.
Yeah.
Again, I'll watch the video.
Great third base coach, too.
Yes, sir. When will we know things are different under Chaim Bloom? Jamie had mentioned something earlier that was one really funny, but it did pose a different question. We'll throw that out there next on 101 ESPN. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter guy, Carey Davis, who's on vacation. We'll be back tomorrow. So, Jamie, you had thrown it out there earlier, and we laughed because you said, hey, did you see some of the social media reactions to after the Cardinals had their draft? Some Cardinals fans are like, yes, the Chaim Bloom era. It's off to a great start.
Congrats to Bloom and Flores.
Yeah.
One of my friends was like, come on.
Now, we don't know specifically what the dynamics are between Mo, Bloom, Flores for this draft. They have said that it's still John Mozeliak's last draft.
Well, we had a texter say ESPN said it was Chaim Bloom's draft.
Okay. Well, we're getting mixed signals on that. We don't know ultimately. Bloom should be in charge.
They all should have a say in it. Even Mo. He should have a say, like an opinion. Doesn't mean he has to make the pick, but he's been in the baseball world for a long time. You guys are World Series champ, Anthony. Show some respect.
All right, you Mo apologist, you.
I'm not. I'm just trying to be, you know.
I'm sorry. This is so
here.
disrespectful, but I'm just going to say it. Can you imagine, like, Bloom and Flores, like, Mo, write down all your thoughts, give them to us. We're going to look those over, okay? We're going to collaborate here. And then he gives them the thoughts, and they don't even open that puppy. Wow. They just kept them busy.
Anthony, that's
Mo,
so disrespectful.
We got a bunch of video we want you to watch about some of these kids. Just go over there.
Yeah.
Good.
Scout these guys.
Good boy.
It's like from players 2 years ago.
Hey, this is old. They click, the door locks.
It's fine. Gersh will help. Anyways, when will we know things are different under Chaim Bloom? When do you guys think we'll know for sure?
Well,
he's made his mark on the team.
I think we've already seen a little bit.
For James, they do the opposite.
I think we've already seen a little more risk here. They're banking on tremendous upside with this draft, and I have to assume that Mo really doesn't have much of a say in this draft. I have to, because one, as the president of baseball operations, he's not heavily involved in all the scouting of players. It's going to be Randy Flores that's in charge with his group of scouts and people. Yeah. And Chaim Bloom probably has a little more time to go watch some of these games or talk with the scouting staff right now in his current role as, assistant to the president or advisor, whatever the heck his role actually is right now. Mm-hmm. President in waiting. So I think this has a little smell of Chaim Bloom as far as the draft is concerned. But when we think we'll officially see it, it's going to be the offseason, man. Because Mo he's peed on his territory by saying that, the trade deadline, he's still fully operational as the president and GM of the baseball team. So,
yeah, and even then, I wonder, too, if fans are just going to be frustrated. It's like, it's the same. But you do have to remember that they have decided to go the route of drafting and developing. Doesn't mean they're not going to make any moves when it comes to the free agency, but we're not going to see big time names. I would be absolutely shocked by that. Yeah. No, not the deadline in the offseason.
Oh yeah, no.
So we can't even gauge like the offseason and say, well, this is.
I think you can if Chaim Bloom finds or brings in a couple of relatively unknown younger players, and all of a sudden they're good, because that's what they did in Tampa.
Yeah.
They threw, they're like, okay, let's try this guy. They found players that were maybe not household names.
Sure. And even, I think a lot of people, Marsh, you and I were discussing this in pre-show meetings. A lot of people in Boston, a lot of people point to Bloom's tenure in Boston and be like, "Oh, that was a total disaster. Are we sure we're getting the right guy?" Yeah. And some of the aspects of his run in Boston were terrible. I mean, you could just start off with the 3 last place finishes in 4 years. So you just start there.
Ownership was telling him to liquidate.
Exactly, which facilitated the Mookie Betts trade.
Yeah.
That
Still
trade,
not a great trade.
Was terribly underwhelming.
So what's the difference between that happening and the ownership of the Cardinals telling John Mozeliak, hey, you have a certain budget that you are restricted, or that that you can play around with, but then Mo doesn't get the right people?
Well, I look, you're right. So what you're saying is you have a budget to work with, Mo. well, Mo didn't get the biggest free agents. What the hell?
Yeah.
Well, that's really the ownership, okay? But Mo also swung and missed on some of these free agents, gave them 4 or 5 years when he didn't have to or whatever. We could break it down like we have in the past. So Mo is culpable for not signing the right players or being smarter with said budget. But you're right. He is going to be handcuffed. Bloom will be handcuffed to a certain degree. But I think the biggest difference is going to be, what does the farm system look like in 3 to 4 years under Bloom? That is his specialty dating back to Tampa.
Yeah.
And if you look at some of Boston's young players, Bloom has his handprint on it.
Yeah, some of the guys that are there now
Yes.
are guys that he got.
Now, it doesn't mean he helped develop them, because there's the other aspect of it, too. There's many layers when you're talking about a baseball team, whether or not they had success. So it's stupid, or maybe not stupid, but it is
No, go ahead.
short-sighted to say, well, it's just one guy's fault or one guy deserves all the praise. There's many layers here.
Let's say that Chaim Bloom makes a trade that involves one of the guys on the team right now. Some fans could fall into the category of, ooh, I don't necessarily love that. Or they could fall into the category of, hey, like they needed to do that. They should have done that before.
Gotta give to get, Marshy.
Do you think some fans will be apprehensive to that trade because of his past, or do you think they won't care because he's not John Mozeliak, and they'll think that it's a good trade?
The latter for me, until proven otherwise. Like if Chaim Bloom moves on from a player that people kind of like or whatever, I think right now the fan base will be like, all right, let's see. Let's see what happens. Just like, even though fans are upset about the Zach Bolduc trade, right? But a lot of people are like, well, let's see what happens. Let's see what this Logan Mayu is. I think that's now Army's obviously built up a lot more equity within the fan base here. So that's not my comparable, just the situation kind of comparable.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, because we talk about the Mookie Betts trade, and I think he got fleeced in that.
Oh, it's terrible. It was a terrible trade.
Well, we also don't know if the owners are like, we don't care. We have a buyer on the other end. Sure, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Because you're right. The first thing they tasked him with was, okay, great. You've been working with a shoestring budget there in Tampa. Great. We want you to do that here in Boston.
Which was so weird.
You can pay one of those guys. You can pay either Xander Bogaerts, Rafael Devers, or Mookie Betts. Now, in hindsight, he probably should have paid Betts, and maybe even foresight, he should have paid Betts. But he wanted to be able to keep all those guys. So he slow-played it a little bit, got the deal done with Devers, traded Mookie Betts, fleeced in that deal, and let Xander Bogaerts walk. That was like his first, hey, I'm in Boston. What do you think of me now, Red Sox fans? But now if you look, the Red Sox farm system went from like one of the worst in baseball to one top 5, top 10.
Yeah.
And Bloom had a hand in it. Maybe not the main hand, but he had a hand in
Pretty
it.
big say.
Yes. He was there for 4 years.
Yeah.
Strong hand.
Take a strong hand, Chaim. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Sports Six Pack is coming up next, part one at least. 314-399-9646 to the Air Comfort Service text line. Send in your questions to the Six Pack. We'll answer them next.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. You heard the guy with the cool voice. MLB's Home Run Derby tonight. You can listen to that right here on 101 ESPN. It starts at 7 o'clock, so make sure you tune into that. We will do our 2025 MLB Home Run Derby draft. We'll do that later in the show. So if you want us to choose somebody that you like, just text in. We also have our Sports Six-Pack coming up next, so get your questions into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We'll do part one next. Following that, we'll do part two. So get your questions in. We have the six-pack next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center Update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is now.
All right, time for the Sports Six-Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service tax line. So you got a question for us. This is only part one. Keep those questions coming in. Marsh?
Question number one.
All right, first question comes from the 314. Liam Doyle's celebrations are great in college baseball, but how much will he need to temper that for Major League Baseball? And do you think that will affect his performance? I don't think so, but just wondering your thoughts.
Don't change a thing. Don't change a thing at all. If that's the player you drafted, then that's the player you have. Mm-hmm. It's the way I look at it.
Yep.
You know, too many times I've seen too many players that teams try to change them or they feel like they have to act differently, and you lose a part of yourself sometimes when you do that. And so I hope the kid comes up. I hope he celebrates. I hope that, he is able to just be himself. Now, that being said, I also don't want him riding an emotional roller coaster either, because he had tremendous success at the collegiate level. If he comes up and he's not having the same amount of success immediately because his hitters are much better, I also don't want to see him be so angry and then be pumped up for a strikeout, then like angry when there's a hit. Like, you do have to have a certain level of just kind of consistency with your emotions. But
I mean, the other thing too is that he's playing college. He's playing college athletics. He's playing college ball. Mm-hmm. He'll figure it out if he gets up to the higher levels of minor league baseball even, and somebody in his team is like, hey, listen, dial it back just a little bit. He'll get it. You know, there's certain maturity level that goes to it. He'll be fine. I don't think he's going to have some sort of antics. I agree, Jamie. You hit the nail on the head. Just be you.
Just be you, man. Be authentic.
If that's you, if you feel like, when you're striking people out, that's you hopping off the mound and you're yelling at your catcher, you're pumped up, whatever. But if your teammates don't like it, they'll let you know in subtle ways too.
This is true.
Question number two.
From the 314, is Nolan Gorman or Lars Nootbaar more of an intriguing trade piece? And would Nootbaar leaving impact the fan base?
What was the first part of that question again?
Is Nolan Gorman or Lars Nootbaar more of an intriguing trade piece? And would Lars Nootbaar leaving impact the fan base?
Oh, I think that I'll give you the stock answer on the second question. The stock answer is, if you're winning, nobody cares.
Yeah. If you just got better, nobody cares.
Yeah. Fans will they will naturally gravitate to any player if you're winning. They will adopt that team. We've seen it before, whether it's the Yankees fans prefer the high priced, big time names. That's what they've grown accustomed to. Cardinals, whether it's 06 or 11, there's a little bit of a magic to it. We typically prefer like the lunch pail type guys, but it doesn't matter. Newt might be popular, but there's no player that's more popular than winning. So the second, I'll give you the second answer first. But when it comes to who could be more popular, who's fetching you more? Is Gorman fetching you more,
result?
or is Newt fetching you more? I would imagine it'd be Newt because he's such an analytic darling, and most of the teams are run by analytic front offices. In fact, every team is. I think he'll be a more of a draw for GMs across baseball than Nolan Gorman.
Do you think that Lars Nootbaar is entering Tyler O'Neill territory in terms of his health?
Not yet. Because he's been healthy this season. He's been banged up, but, I mean, Tyler O'Neill was good for 3 trips to the IL, I felt, every year. Right? I don't think I'm exaggerating.
Even when he just put himself on there.
Exactly. Turf. Hard on the knees.
Yeah, I can't play on that.
But I don't know. I don't think he's there yet.
No.
Question number 3.
From the 618, do you think the Blues did enough this offseason to make it past the first round this upcoming year?
I think they did enough last year. They should have made it past the first round.
No kidding.
So, yeah. I mean, to me, the team is set up for success. They are. I like the way they play, the style of game that they play, the way the roster is constructed currently, the upside of all of their young players that, I mean, they're still just scratching the surface. Great goaltending tandem. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't be, 1, a playoff team, and 2, able to win for a round. Hell, I would have argued last year they could have probably won 2 rounds if they get past Winnipeg.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say they make the playoffs, they don't go to a Game 7 and lose in the first round. Are they taking a step back, or do you think they're probably still where they need to be in terms of their future growth?
Based upon the Western Conference and how frigging stacked it is, I'm not going to put any stock into that. I think that there will be things that show you whether they've improved or not as a team. And then the fact is, we look at last year, we saw how many teams were the first round, Tampa versus Florida.
Right.
Both of those teams should not have been playing each other. So if the Blues end up in a situation where, let's say they're matched up with Colorado or something like, but I actually think the Blues match up pretty well with almost everybody, to be honest. But if the first round opponent is someone that is very good, then somebody's going home. So there's one team that lost in the first round, but you can't look at that as a failure.
Right. But if they miss the playoffs,
I would consider that taking a step back. Yes.
I wonder if the Blues game, in terms of winning a series, would benefit them if they played in like a Pacific team.
Tough to say. The Golden Knights have a big roster. The Oilers were big last year, and they've got 2 really big superstars. It's tough. The Western Conference is stacked. When you look at the Central Division, you're probably going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of the 8 teams that will be competitive because Utah's taking steps forward. I can't imagine Nashville being as bad as they were last year again. And then you go over to the Pacific, and you've got at least 4 teams, possibly 5, that are going to be, that's 12 teams in the Western Conference that are like playoff caliber teams.
I guess they just got to expand the playoff, right? Do what the NBA does. Have the play-in game.
Yeah.
Right,
What do you think? What do you think?
Absolutely not.
I would hate that.
Part 2 of the Sports Six Pack is coming up. Keep those questions coming in at 314-399-9646 Air Comfort Service text line. Again, send those in, and we'll continue to answer them next on 101 ESPN.
$21 million. That's right. That's the guaranteed money in the Circa Million and Circa Survivor contests put on by my buddy Derek Stevens, who owns Circa Sports in Las Vegas. There's no rake either. And what's a rake? Well, that's all it means is that if the entries go above the guarantee of $21 million, all that extra money right back into the prize pool. But you do have to go to Nevada and register at one of these Circa Sports books that are available there. Once you do that, then you can manage all of that from the palm of your hand with the Circa Sports Illinois app. Visit the website or the app store. Super easy to download and very user-friendly. They've got great lines on futures bets. Maybe you want to put a futures bet on your Blues to win the Stanley Cup. That's on there right now. Got great odds on all of the contests going on, and they actually have the best odds of any app that's out there. So please download and bet like a pro with your Circa Sports Illinois app today, because you're not going to want to miss out on any of the excitement. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six Pack is now.
All right, part two of the Sports Six Pack is right now. Andrew Marsh, James Rivers, and Anthony Stalter. CD will be back with us tomorrow. 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line, so still time to get in some questions like this one. Fire away, Marsh.
Question number 4.
All right, from the 910, the Home Run Derby is the only skills competition Major League Baseball does at the All-Star break. What other skills competition would you do if you could add one? The KBO does a bunt competition.
Yeah, the bunting would be interesting. Also, I think it'd be interesting that, you know how like the NFL had the quarterback one where you throw the ball You got like the different targets, you know?
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting to see like the third baseman compete. You hammer a pitch machine, you angle it down or whatever, and you fire it down, they get it, and they got it from certain spots they can throw from, and if they get it in at certain points.
Yeah, that's funny. That's cool. Sort
Like
of
Nolan
a target.
Arenado would be like beyond the foul line.
Yeah.
Can you fire one from here? It's 10 points if you get it. Inside the foul line, it's like 7 points, and the closer you get, it's and then you can do the same for shortstops. Second base would probably be a little easier, but you could have them two going from one spot to another to, cross over, like backhand it. And outfield is pretty self-explanatory.
Second base could throw home, too.
Could throw home. Catchers, how about a catchers? Throw to second base.
Yeah, pop time.
Pop time.
I would love to see home, go all the way around for like fastest. We see in the NHL, they skate all around the ice.
Good, yeah.
It was
you
the fastest time.
Just start
I'd
at
love to
home
see
and
that.
rip around the bases, although you get some pushback from players. Like, you can get hurt. Although, yes, the NHL, you can get hurt too.
Sure.
I think there's lots of things you could do. The problem is it would take you forever to do it.
Yeah.
Like, it would be a 3-hour event.
Because you would still have to do the home run derby.
Oh, yeah. That's a staple. Right.
It'd
So
have
what
to be
else?
like 2 different nights.
Yeah.
And that's tough.
No way.
Yeah, the All-Star game's always on Tuesdays. So.
I mean, I guess the only way you could do it, though, is each team, All-Star team, could pick, like if it's third base, you pick one third base versus the other third base. Not all of them go.
Yeah.
And you got like,
you get a certain amount of points.
and it's like three balls, that they hit down there or whatever they do, and then the next position, you literally have the guys in the field for the National League, then everybody swaps out.
Sure.
It could go pretty quickly that way.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think it's going to be tough to get everything, new skill competitions in.
Yes.
Along with the home run derby. You'd have to do it almost before. And I don't know what your viewership is before.
We did this thing when I played in that Cooperstown tournament. It was the whole entire team was out on the field. And it was like around the horn, so each player had to throw to the next position, and it was a timed event. I feel like that would be cool too, to see the All-Star starters do something like that.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
So,
I don't know if I want to see bunting.
No, it's not really part of the game.
I was going to say, how about
Well, yeah,
hardest pitch, but then that guys be throwing their arms.
Yeah.
Because you got the slap shot competition. Everybody loves that.
Right.
Well, we could have an exit velo off the
Right.
baseball bat competition.
Yeah, you can really nerd out.
They could do a bunch of different stuff since they're leaning more to
could.
the statistics and the the different measurements off the bat and all that other stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to say no on that. Considering there's the general fan doesn't want that anyways, and often complains about it.
Yeah.
So I'll pass on that, Marsh. But
Question
keep those ideas
number
coming.
5.
You're valued here.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. From the 314, what team that missed the NFL playoffs last year is most likely to win the Super Bowl? Vice versa, what team that made the playoffs is most likely to have a losing record this year?
Wow.
That second one, I think we can all agree there's one team, losing record.
Oh, yeah, of course. It is the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, they didn't make the playoffs.
Oh, I thought you said which teams didn't make the playoffs last year that had a losing record could make the playoffs this year or win the Super Bowl this year.
That's a great team. I was talking about the second part of that question.
What was the second part?
What team that made the playoffs could you see having a losing record this year? Oh. And it's unfortunate that our guy Carey Davis is not here to defend his squad.
Oh, yeah, no, it's the Steelers. Yeah, no, that's not only the obvious answer, it's the correct one.
I don't think they're going to have a losing record.
No?
I don't. I think they'll be fine.
Now, Carey would say it would be the Vikings.
They are in contention because
Oh, come on.
just the uncertainty at quarterback is the biggest issue, and you had that going into last year too, because who the hell would have thought Sam Darnold would have had as good of a regular season as he ended up having. But there are certainly a lot of question marks surrounding J.J. McCarthy, and if he can't get the job done, the Vikings could be well on the outside looking in. I hate to say it. Sorry, Marshy.
I stopped listening when you said that they were going to have a losing record.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think the 49ers are going to be a team that are going to go from last in their division to being at least a conference challenger.
I could definitely see that. I like the Niners. Other than that, I mean, this question really is the Steelers. That second part of the question is the Steelers.
Could you see the Broncos taking a step back now that the West is a little bit more, the AFC West is a little bit more intriguing?
So they're a year ahead of schedule, right? Like that was the thing a year ago.
big time.
But that defense was so good. And Sean Payton is so good from a coaching standpoint. I don't think they're going to regress that much. They're one of those teams that they're a year ahead of schedule. They won 10 games, but I still think that they have a lot of growth. You know, that running game was hit and miss at times last year. So I'll say no. I think Denver is at the very least a playoff contender again this season.
You guys
and
see
they won't fall off.
You guys see the Chiefs taking a step back? Like I don't think they'll go 15-2 again like they did last year. But could they be a team that's fighting for a playoff spot? Like, not an automatic.
I can't see it.
I could see their record not being as good, but I think the overall team itself could be better.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I know it's hard to be
I
better
just
when
look
you
at
go to the
Travis
Super Bowl
Kelce's
again.
declining play.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm just like, I don't know, man.
I think with Rashee Rice back
Yeah.
and
That's if
Xavier
Mahomes
Worthy.
doesn't hurt him again.
It's true. Xavier Worthy taking that big leap last season as a rookie. I think the offense is going to be fine. The offensive line was the issue in the Super Bowl, obviously. And they won a lot of close games and stuff, but I think that was in large part because Rice was hurt, the downfield passing and Zach wasn't there.
Well, and the other teams crap their pants.
And the other teams would crap their pants because it's the Chiefs. So, no, I don't think they're going to take a step back. In fact, I think they're going to be really good again this season.
Question number 6.
All right, final question comes from Todd the Bod. 785 is the number. How do you fairly judge a trade when one team gets a scoring forward and the other gets a defender? If Bolduc gets 25 goals, what does Mayu need to do?
So this goes back to something I said earlier on, and it's just, I'm not comparing the players, just the trade itself. When the Blues traded Brendan Shanahan, a 50-goal scorer, for a relatively unproven defenseman, Chris Pronger. And I think both sides made out okay in that trade. And I think the same thing is going to happen here. So what does Mayu have to do? One, he's got to crack your top 4, in my opinion.
This season?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why wouldn't he? Yeah, the way I look at it, why wouldn't he? Philip Broberg got a chance right away. Philip Broberg wasn't a top 4 defenseman in Edmonton. So I think Logan Mayu is going to have to crack the top 4, play power play, and be a physical presence. I predicted he'd get between 30 and 40 points this year.
At what point does he need to crack the top 4? First half of the season? Second half?
Midway through,
Okay.
somewhere in there. And he might start the season that way. You never know. Like, I don't know what the Blues have planned yet. I do know that I would have him with Broberg to start training camp. Let's see what this thing looks like, man. A couple of huge dudes out there in your second pair defense.
Couple of huge dudes.
Huge dudes, man.
Big, strong guys.
Big
Hey, how about Pete Alonso not participating in the home run derby this year?
Did you hear him too? In such Pete Alonso fashion. Like, this guy's the biggest dork. He's like, well, I never had a chance to really just like relax and enjoy All-Star week.
Who are you enjoying it with?
But
nobody's around you, Pete.
not only that, you did it to yourself,
Right.
buddy. He's in doing his squats and his cleats and all. Like, what are you doing?
Deadlifting, good
Other
mornings.
guys got their hats on backwards, or
Yeah.
maybe even had a
They're-
beer in the dugout before they're swinging the thing.
Right.
And he's
Why are you doing?
I think he's not participating because he's lost 2 in a row now. And
yeah.
he can't deal with
The
that.
ego.
He can't deal with
The
that.
ego and the pride
Yep.
can't
So now
ill afford to take
now
another
he's just
hit.
going to enjoy it.
Right.
You
I'm making the decision to enjoy this moment
donkey.
now. Get out of here. All right, Marsh, you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. Because John Scores is coming for us.
Yeah, that's your
Again.
fault, though.
It is your fault. You turned him into Michael Jordan with your slight of him when you traded him.
Okay, well, look, somebody's got my back on this, guys.
I'll have your back today, Anthony.
Thank you. Gauntlet. Next on 101 ESPN.
warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
404, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Our guy Marshy, it's his turn now. John Scores is on the line. John from the Snake Pit. He knocked off me, then got through Jamie, and now he's got his eyes set on the one and only Andrew Marsh. John, how are you?
All right, how you guys?
Doing good. Now, John, is it kind of weird for you because, one, it's an opportunity to face CD tomorrow for an opportunity to win a Gauntlet trophy. That said, if you win, you then know that you're probably a scumbag because Marsh only beats good dudes. Is it kind of a weird situation for you?
No, I'm fine with that.
All right, good. Yeah, I like that too.
I don't feel good.
He could be a scumbag.
He might be.
Yeah.
You never know. All right, go ahead and tell Marsh to spin that wheel, then we'll kick him out.
Spin that wheel, Marshy.
All right, here we go. Marsh is heading out. He has given me the
Oh, you've got the launch codes.
launch codes. John,
All right, so
what
John-
category are you open for?
Oh, yeah. No, go ahead, Anthony.
Anything but hockey.
Anything but hockey.
Well, John,
Son of a...
it's hockey.
Wow.
It is hockey. Not
That
lying.
was a good run.
Hey, you never know.
You never know, John.
I was 10-0 in hockey before you
were,
knocked
yeah.
me off, so...
Yeah.
All right.
I wish I'd had hockey instead of random, but you know, Anthony, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yep.
All right, 4 hockey-related questions, John. Each question is worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions become worth 1 point. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. According to NHL Edge last season, only 3 players recorded a faster shot speed than Colton Parayko, who clocked his top shot at 102.3 miles per hour. These players are Michael Kesselring, Gustav Forsling, and which former Blue?
Former Blue.
Yeah, which former Blue?
Options.
Tage Thompson, Vladimir Tarasenko, or Alex Pietrangelo?
Do Tage Thompson.
Final answer?
Final answer.
All right, John, question 2. Which player led the New York Islanders last season with 57 points?
Options.
Was it Anders Lee, Matthew Barzal, or Bo Horvat?
First one. Honors League.
Anders Lee.
Final answer.
Thank you.
All right, John. 3rd question. 2 teams finished last season with 14 overtime or shootout losses, the most in the NHL. Those 2 teams are the Calgary Flames and which other team?
Give me the options.
Pittsburgh Penguins, New York Islanders, Vancouver Canucks.
Let's go with the Canucks. Final answer.
Final question. Which team recorded the most wins in regulation last season? That team won 46 times in regulation.
Just go with chalk here. We'll say the Winnipeg Jets. Final answer.
All right.
All right.
All right, let's get our guy Marshy back in here.
John, round 3 of the Gauntlet. How you feeling, man?
It's hockey. I'm not feeling good.
Okay. Well, we'll see how old Andrew Marsh does here. He's back from the cone of silence. And he's putting on his headphones right now. Marsh?
Yeah.
How you feeling, kid?
Great.
Your category today is hockey.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you got hockey today.
Yeah. Better pack a lunch, though, buddy.
Okay.
All right, Marsh. Question 1. According to NHL Edge last season, only 3 players recorded a faster shot speed than Colton Parayko, who clocked his top shot at 102.3 miles per hour. These players are Michael Kesselring, Gustav Forsling, and which former Blue?
Wow, which former Blue? Hardest shot? Wow, okay. Probably a defenseman. Nico Mikkola? Maybe? Let's use the options.
Your options: Tage Thompson, Vladimir Tarasenko, Alex Pietrangelo.
I'm going to go with Tage Thompson, actually. He's got a pretty good shot. I'll go Tage Thompson, final answer.
Question 2, Marshy. Which player led the New York Islanders last season with 57 points?
The New York Islanders,
Yeah.
Paying attention to them
on a regular basis.
New York Yankees.
Okay. Jeez. Matthew Barzal. I feel like he's the obvious answer, though. Let's go with the options.
Was it Anders Lee, Matthew Barzal, or Bo Horvat?
I'm just gonna. Oh, jeez. I think Anders Lee could be the outlier here, but probably not. Bo Horvat. They paid him a lot of money. I don't know if he had a great year. I'm gonna go Anders Lee. I think Barzal's too obvious. So I'll go Anders Lee. Final answer.
Question 3. 2 teams finished last season with 14 overtime or shootout losses, the most in the NHL. Those 2 teams are the Calgary Flames and which other team?
14 overtime losses. Okay.
Overtime or shootout.
Or shootout losses.
Correct.
Is it the Vancouver Canucks? It might be them. Let's take the options, though.
Pittsburgh Penguins, New York Islanders, Vancouver Canucks.
I'm going to go Vancouver. Final answer.
Final question.
These are tough.
Which team recorded the most wins in regulation last season? This team won 46 times in regulation.
46 times in regulation. Okay. Wow. I mean, you're going to give me one of the, some of the top teams, probably the Jets, probably the Capitals. I'm sure the Leafs are up there too. 46. Oh, gosh. I'm going to go with the Jets. I'm going to go with the Jets. Final answer.
All right.
I don't like that, though. I don't like that answer.
All righty.
Okay.
I don't like this gauntlet. These are tougher questions.
Yeah, this is a whole new avenue of questions.
All right, here we go.
I would not have liked this either.
No.
Jamie, why don't we just go right down the list, okay, pal?
Hang on. Let me look for a second. Yeah. I think, yeah.
Okay. Question 1. According to NHL Edge last season, only 3 players recorded a faster shot speed than Colton Parayko, who clocked his top shot at 102.3 miles per hour. These players are Michael Kesselring, Gustav Forsling, and which former Blue? Marsh went with Tage Thompson. John went with Tage Thompson. Correct answer is
Blues legend Tage Thompson.
both of you needed the options. We got a 1-1 tie. Which player led the New York Islanders last season with 57 points? Marsh, you went with Anders Lee. John, you said the first one. Anders Lee. Correct answer is
Good old Anders Lee. No, it's not. It's Bo Horvat.
Bo Horvat.
Oh, why would you do that?
Just because I thought
Either way, 1-1 tie. Two teams finished last season with 14 overtime or shootout losses, the most in the NHL. Those two teams are the Calgary Flames and which other team? Marsh said the Vancouver Canucks, but you know what? Better take those options just to make sure. Heard the Canucks, locked in said Canucks. John also went with the Canucks. Correct answer is?
It is the good old Vancouver Canucks.
That's correct.
Yep.
2-2 tie.
Shouldn't have taken the options. Probably going to screw me over
Should have
right
used
now.
my strong hand.
What's interesting about this last question is neither of you took the options. Neither of you took the options. Which team recorded the most wins in regulation that last season? This team won 46 times in regulation. You both took the Jets. Correct answer is
The Vegas Golden Knights.
So we need to
walk it off.
Yeah.
Wow,
I don't
took the Canucks.
I don't know if we've ever had
This was
the
like,
same answers
yeah.
with the same options and all that.
Yeah.
We got a 2-2 tie. We're heading for the walk-off.
Yep.
As you know, we need the closest to the pin on this. John, you're going to hold off on your answer until we ask you, because Marsh is first going to write down his answer. Once we get his answer, we're going to go right to you. Sound good?
Okay.
Marsh,
Yes,
you ready to write?
Ready to write. Ready to roll.
Here's your question. Again, closest to the pin. How fast was Tage Thompson's fastest shot this season? How fast was Tage Thompson's fastest shot this season? Marsh is going to write down his answer. John is going to hold off until we ask him his. This is to send John either home or to a Gauntlet championship in March.
Well, he gets Carey tomorrow.
Time. Yeah.
Well, I can't remember what
championship
the
match.
first question was. It has to do with the first question, and now I can't remember what it is. So now I'm going to either look like a fool or I won't.
Okay. All right, John, what is your answer?
I'm still with a 103.8.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we don't need the we don't need the math on this. How fast was Tage Thompson's fastest shot this season? We know, of course, going back to that first question, that Colton Parayko clocked his shot at 102.3.
Yep, made a fool.
Marsh, you wrote down?
Yep, 100.2.
So we know 100.2 is slower than
But it could
102.3.
could
miles
still
per
be
hour.
closer to the pin. You
Could
don't
be
know.
closest to the pin.
You don't know.
I don't think so.
You never know.
Correct answer is, Jamie?
106 miles per
Yeah,
hour.
John.
You have chosen wisely.
John wins a third straight gauntlet. Carey Davis will now be called to get the save.
Yeah,
And
coming
John,
off vacation. Oh, man.
I don't know what you've been doing in your spare time, but we know that it probably is illegal.
Yeah, I wouldn't discuss it on the air.
Yeah. So just don't say anything, John. We don't want to be a part of it. Okay? You just
I'm telling you, these hockey questions, they're guessing.
well, you're guessing right. That's the only thing that matters.
That hurts even more, eh, Marshy?
John, congratulations, man. We'll call you again tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Good job, John.
Good job.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. John,
Jesus, Marshy.
I couldn't remember the question. I always like when
was
this
a long
happens to
time
you
ago.
guys. I'm like, couldn't remember the damn question, and now I've suffered the same fate.
There's a couple of things that surprised me about this one for you, Marshy, is
What's up?
one, you're very perceptive and you follow players and you know what's up.
Yeah.
Tage Thompson has an absolute cannon for a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't remember.
I mean,
the
a
question.
cannon. He lines up that one-timer spot, and the goalie's guessing.
Yeah.
When he shoots it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it shouldn't have even gotten to that point. I should have just guessed
Well,
Vancouver Canucks.
I thought you were doing that, and then you said, you know what, better make sure.
Yeah.
Marshy said, always safe.
I couldn't believe you pulled Vancouver Canucks out of nowhere at first.
I remember whenever the season was going along, being on X and watching the Vancouver Canuck fans melt down on the internet. And I remember a specific tweet saying something like, well, if they didn't lose so many, if they didn't go to overtime so many times, they'd probably be in the playoffs because of the whole,
naturally,
the tiebreaker situation that was happening down the stretch. And so I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember that. But I wanted to make sure. And it ended up costing me the Gauntlet today.
It
costs us. Absolutely. Yeah, good call, Jamie. All right, so moving forward here, you're going to have to do what's trending from that corner.
Yeah, Bradford's waiting in the wings right now, so he's going to have to come in here and run the board for a little bit.
Yeah, so Bradford's going to step in. Marsh is going to go to the penalty box, and we're going to do what's trending, and we're going to try to pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
Next on the Fast Line on 101 ESPN. Jamie, you bought a house fairly recently, right?
Yeah.
And who'd you reach out to when it came to your loan?
First call, our guy Stewie.
First call, only call our guy Stewie is there to help. Now, Stewie, you always recommend how important it is to shop as well when you're buying a home.
Is the biggest investment you're going to make in your life. And though I love real estate agents, some of them do great jobs, some of them don't do great jobs, they don't know that the person they're referring to is always going to be the best deal. They usually refer you to someone because they're comfortable with them. They know the transaction is going to close, but are they giving you the best? Give me a call. I'm going to show you how to compare. We just closed a listener this morning, great ESPN listener. He's been listening to ESPN, he says, for 15, 20 years. He took our advice and asked us to show him. 0.5% better on the rate, no fees at all with the bagel loan. His lender that he was referred to with the agent, 0.5% higher. That's a big difference on the biggest investment. It's a difference of $400 in the payments, and it was a difference of $5,000 in fees. So be smart, and even though you trust your agent and she or he may be a great guy, they don't know the numbers, they don't know the mortgage industry. Be smart and just do yourself a favor and compare.
Yeah, Anthony, I think what I love about Stewie is when he's talking about showing the clients where they can save money, like he takes the time and actually does it. Doesn't speak on a level that's above what they understand, shows them where the savings are. And that's why he needs to be all of our listeners' first phone call. That number is 314-324-4440.
Again, that number is 314-324-4440.
If you can't remember the number, you can always
Google the bagel loan. Thanks, Stewie.
Have a great day, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
Got hail damage? Or maybe a ding from that person that parked just a little too close? Call Dents Express, St. Louis's leaders in paintless dent repair since 1992.
Don't slow down. You're in the fast lane on 101 ESPN. What are the hot topics in the sports world?
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending, brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks, just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
Time for What's Trending here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Our guy Bradford Bruns stepping in for Andrew Marsh, who is now in the penalty box for losing to John in the Gauntlet. Marshy still stings?
Yeah, of course. Like, why wouldn't it sting? I just lost in the Gauntlet, Anthony, and it's all because of you. You had to trade John. You created a monster, as the text line said, and now he's just going through all of us. I'm sure he'll go right through Carey, because Carey's going to come back tomorrow. He'll be here, but he probably won't be here. I'm just disappointed.
Anthony, I just want to take a second here.
Yeah.
And tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to apologize to you on behalf of Andrew
Jamie,
Marsh,
thank you. Yeah.
Because he really has no reason to attack you.
Thank you.
He's mad at himself. Mm-hmm. He doesn't like being in the penalty box, and he just attacked you, blamed you for all of this. And, you know, at this point, you, me, and Andrew have had a chance to rectify the situation, and we haven't done it.
Yeah.
Ever since you traded John. So
yeah,
I apologize for Marshy.
Jamie, thank you so much for saying that.
I don't think Marshy's going to do it right now.
I wish people would have saw what Jamie was doing in the break when you lost on Friday, because you were not happy as well.
I was, but I didn't yell
He's
at
disappointed.
Anthony.
That's true. You didn't.
Never.
I'm sorry,
I didn't turn on my teammate.
I'm sorry, Anthony.
Bradford, it's your fault.
Hey, we had quite a few things to deal with at the station ourselves on Friday. I'm telling you, it was something else. I heard the scoop from Grant. It's all good.
Hey, two things on this.
Yeah.
There, Marshy. One, I never followed through with the trade. And two, that was Ranthony. That wasn't me.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Okay. So
I'm sorry, Anthony.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
We'll see.
I felt it. I did.
No, I'm genuinely sorry.
And I'm waiting.
It was a bad
That's
teammate move.
All right, what do you have for What's Trending there, Marsh?
Well, I'm sorry that you feel that
There
way,
it is.
Anthony. How about The Miz, gentlemen? The Miz, man, he was dominant against our Cardinals not too long ago.
And the Dodgers.
And pretty much everybody else except for
all five opponents.
Except for that one game that Jamie and I decided to
take him.
Take him at the board.
Oh, that's right.
He got blasted.
Yeah, he did. Well, The Miz is an all-star.
Yeah.
After 5 starts in his Major League Baseball career, he is an all-star. Now, there's some people out there that don't agree with that. Are you one of those people?
So, listen, I'm not one of those people. A couple reasons. One, there's like 11 or 12 other pitchers that were asked to go to the All-Star game, including 2 Phillies pitchers who their teammates, mouthed off about The Miz going, but then to find out later that one of the players for the Phillies declined, one of the pitchers, and the other one, the team said, no, he's not going. So it leads me to this, which is a sidebar to all this. I think the All-Star game in every league should have a young stud player, whether they're deserving or not in their first year. Like, it would have been fun to see Mason win in the All-Star game last year, doing something. Like, in the NHL, you take a young, up-and-coming star player, and you just plop him in there. It's kind of it's supposed to be a spectacle anyways, the All-Star game. So why not? Like, this Mizorowski kid, he's almost unhittable. Like this, to hear Clayton Kershaw talk about it after, like, who is that kid? Like, my God, what a player. So I think it'd be fun. I think the All-Star game moving forward, for every league moving forward, every year, should have a young player that's picked by, the teams or whatever that represent their team.
I think what you said was key, though, that there's a couple of pitchers that passed on the opportunity.
Like 11
it's
or
like,
12,
hey,
totally.
listen, he's 4-1 with a 2.81 ERA, 33 strikeouts. He had 12 strikeouts against the Dodgers. He's becoming a story. Most inexperienced player to be chosen in the All-Star game ever.
Yep.
And the event has been around since 1933. But he has been a story in baseball. And he's become... Baseball could use more stories.
Well, who's not tuning in now to watch it? Anybody who loves the idea or hates the idea is tuning in to watch that.
Yeah, either you're wanting to see what the hype is about if you haven't seen him pitch, or you're ticked off, you're a baseball, truist, and you want to watch a kid fail.
See what you did there.
Not.
Truist.
Do you like that?
Very nice.
Truist Park.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I would contend as well, Marshy, that this All-Star Week period probably needs more of the storylines of which Jamie spoke, because think about the Home Run Derby, too. Years ago, not that long ago, it was the marquee event, right? By and large. Now, nobody wants to participate in that either, so to draw the most common, casual eyeballs to your sets, you need the Miz in there. Go back-to-back. Skeens to Mizorowski. Hand it off. Why not?
That would be kind of fun.
Those baseball boomers aren't going to be happy about that.
No, they want to see more Clayton Kershaw and Jamie Moyer.
Jamie Moyer. What a name.
Nah, he's probably gone.
Last.
Finally retire?
What do you mean by gone?
In baseball.
Oh, Anthony.
Context.
Last bit of news here, gentlemen. This is from Adam Schefter. ESPN source says Jets and wide receiver Garrett Wilson reached an agreement on a 4-year, $130 million contract extension that includes $90 million guaranteed. It marks the first time in NFL history that a receiver has received an average over $31 million after playing only 3 seasons. Wilson will now be under contract the next 6 seasons through 2030. Agents Jeff Nally and Graylin Crane of CAA negotiated the deal with Jets executives Nick Sabella and Darren Mogi. I guess that's how you say his name. But, Garrett Wilson making money.
Well, I'll say this. Don't you be crying, Garrett Wilson. You chose this life. You had an out.
Oh, with the Jets?
Had an opportunity to hit free agency at some point and get away from the Jets, and you signed up for more of this.
Yeah, you got a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
It's got pretty good money.
It's good money, don't get me wrong.
It's not bad, huh?
You would have got it someplace else, too, though, and it wouldn't be East Rutherford, Jersey.
Maybe he likes, maybe he lives in the city and he likes Manhattan.
And he just likes making that trek back and forth?
It's not that far.
No, it's not. I know.
It's really not.
You better hope that Mizzou's own Armand Mimbu gives Mr. Fields a little time.
Yeah, no
That's
kidding.
all I can say.
No kidding.
Give me a lot of time.
And even if he doesn't, Fields will just run around.
Yeah, he'll just run the ball anyways.
He'll kill the clock.
Since we have a minute here, I do want to point out some of the comments that are coming in from the Snake Pit, including a really good question by, I know we already did our Sports Six-Pack, but Splashback Deuce asks a very, very important question. He says, have we seen John Scores and John Wick in the same room? Wow. At the same time?
I have not.
I have not either.
I have not.
Well, it's a spoiler, so I won't say anything.
I'm just saying, that's a really good question by the Splashback. So, yeah.
Sure.
I'm taking some heat, of course, for trading John, or at least trying to trade him. Frick James says, Anthony still put him on the block. Love lost. Yeah. First rule of John Scores is...
Can we trade him right now so we don't have to finish the gauntlet with him?
I don't think that's how it works.
What? No?
That's a good idea.
I'm looking for a way out.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea.
Willie says, first rule of John Scores is you don't talk about John Scores.
That's a good point.
Which I've already done.
Yeah.
Now, John says, John Wick, I am not. LOL. Clearly he is. Because anybody who is John Wick...
You deny that.
You deny it. Interesting. All right, Bradford, thank you for pinch hitting today.
You must have
welcome,
traded
guys.
his dog, too.
I'll see you later this week.
Bradford, why don't you come back Wednesday? Stay till Friday.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you should stay till Monday.
Stay till Monday.
Sounds like a plan.
Why don't you come back Wednesday? Then leave on Monday.
Duly noted.
All right. Marsh going to need some extra time off after that.
Of course.
All right. Speaking of Marsh, he's got a new game for us to play. No brainer, not up for discussion. We're not sure. Got certain situations around the sporting world where one of them will fit into those categories. That's next to 101 ESPN.
This is Wick.
I was picking up the kids from their little summer camp last week, and one of the teachers was like, "Hey, she's like, nice ride." I said, "Yeah, got it from Auto Center's Nissan Herculaneum, 2025 Nissan Murano. I love the look of it. Drives smooth, a lot of fun stuff in the interior as well. The technology is great, but Auto Center's Nissan Herculaneum, whether it's the Murano, the Pathfinder, the Rogue, Altima." They've got over 1,000 vehicles all in one massive location. So they got their Wiggity's Hot Lot Blowout at Auto Centers. But the fact that they've got all the vehicles right there in one location, so you're not driving around the greater St. Louis area looking for that ride that you just wanted to see after going online to see it. So when you go to AutoCentersNissan.com and you check out a new Murano or a Pathfinder, you'll know that you can go to Auto Centers in Herculaneum, and that same ride will be there waiting for you to test drive. If you're looking at used cars, Auto Centers 0 down and no payments for 3 months. But if you are looking at a Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano, 0% APR for 60 months, 0 down, and no payments for 3 months on 2025 Rogues. So check them out online at AutoCentersNissan.com. When you do head out to Herculaneum, tell them Stalter sent you. It's Auto Centers Nissan.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. Tonight, we will have Major League Baseball's Home Run Derby. That will start at 7 o'clock. We will do our MLB Home Run Derby draft later in the show, so stay tuned for that. But coming up next, we have a new game called No Brainer, Not Up for Discussion, or Not Sure. And you can text in to the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. Send us a statement, and we shall answer it next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh. This Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
It's a no-brainer.
Once again, no brainer.
No.
It's not up for discussion.
Or not sure.
So we're still getting a lot of great messages to the Snake Pit about John Scourse, who's now advancing to the final round of the Gauntlet. They say John Scourse can believe it's not butter. The never-ending wipe. John Scourse can believe it's not.
Oh, my goodness.
Brandon says Chuck Norris looks under his bed for John Scourse.
The boogeyman checks the closet.
Wheelie says John Scourse fathered his own mother. The never-ending wipe also says John Scourse doesn't sleep. He waits. This is hilarious. All right, new segment, new game. No brainer, not up for discussion, or not sure. So, Marsh, you're going to read a statement or a player, and they're going to fall into one of those categories for Jamie and I.
Yes. Let's start off with Ryan Helsley. Cardinals trade Ryan Helsley. Is that a no-brainer, not up for discussion, or not sure?
No brainer.
No brainer here. Clean sweep.
Expiring contract.
Yeah. Expiring arm.
Helsley. Oh, you don't know that. He's been a great Cardinal.
There are the signs will be there, Anthony.
The signs are all around us. Look, you're not going to sign him to a contract extension, and I know you can get the compensation pick when he leaves in free agency, but he's going to have a market. You're going to have multiple teams bidding for him. This is what you want. Can you still win a wild card spot without Ryan Helsley? Sure. Becomes a little more difficult, yeah, but
is it?
It's not guaranteed that you're gonna punt on a playoff spot
this year, man. He's not the same guy.
Well, he's been great. It's worth many a prospect.
All right.
Yeah, no brainer.
Eric Fetty gets another shot at the rotation.
Not up for discussion.
Ooh,
it's not up for discussion. Thank you for your service. You've been great, Dish here. Thank you for all that you've done, Eric.
I think it's a no-brainer.
Thank you. What?
I think because his next start will come before the trade deadline. And the Cardinals are going to wheel him out there again. I'm telling you. I
guess you're right.
Yeah, I'm going no-brainer on this.
Hold on. How'd you phrase it?
Another shot at the rotation.
It's another shot at the rotation.
I mean, I don't know if it's a shot at the rotation, but he's definitely going to get another start.
Yes.
No, Jamie, you're right.
They've already told us what they're going to do. Ollie Marmol almost threw up all over himself telling us what they're going to do.
Well, you have to remember that it's not just me at the table. Yeah. No, Jamie's right. This is a no-brainer, too. He will get a shot.
Justin Carbonneau makes the Blues opening night roster.
I'm not sure on this. I don't think so. But he impressed so much that I'd like to at least leave it up for debate.
Yeah. What are my options? No-brainer.
Not up for discussion.
Not up for discussion.
Or not sure.
I'm going to go with not sure.
Yeah.
Not sure. It's an unknown right now because he had such a good development camp, but it was development camp.
Sure.
So, yeah, not sure.
A first-year starting quarterback will have similar first years like C.J. Stroud and Jaden Daniels.
Oh. What kind of numbers are we talking about, Marshy?
Just the eye test. takes their team to a playoff.
Okay, so like we were talking about Jaden Daniels, like, man, this kid
high upside.
is incredible.
Like the next wave of great quarterbacks, that person is in the conversation.
Yeah, no. Not a chance in hell.
801, John scores can divide by 0.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Yep.
That one's funny. All right. Let's go to the text line. From the 636, the Cardinals will have a solid rotation in the next 5 years.
No-brainer.
I'm not sure.
I'm going no-brainer. You got Liberatore, McGreevy, 2 kids they picked today. Who knows what else is in the pipeline? Takoa Roby looks pretty promising. I think they'll have a good rotation. I'm going no-brainer.
I'm not sure. I'm just not.
Yeah. You need to believe.
Yeah, he's a little more positive. But he'd probably feel better, too.
If I'm more positive?
Yeah.
I'm more positive that I'm not sure.
That's not positive, really what I meant.
I'm positive that I'm not sure about this.
Positive thinking. Not positive of your opinion.
Okay. Well, let's try something else then.
All right, how about this one? The Waterboy wants to know, the Gridiron Guys podcast will have more than 3 episodes this NFL season.
Oh, yeah.
What's the second choice?
Well, is that a no-brainer? Is it
What's the second one? Not up for discussion?
Not up for discussion, like that ain't going to happen.
Not up for discussion.
We don't know.
Now who's being negative?
Let's go back the last 2 seasons of the Gridiron Guys.
What the hell, man?
Guys start off with great intentions.
We
really do.
We come out like a bat out of hell.
Yeah, your heart's in the right place.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Some of these John Scores things are so funny. Like, John Scores can swim through land. John Scores is so fast, he ran around the world, he could punch himself in the back of the head.
John Scores has a beard that hides a second John Scores that is waiting to strike. That's from Brandon.
From the 636, the Cardinals will make the NLCS in the next 5 years.
Absolutely.
No-brainer?
No-brainer. I like that positivity. You didn't even hear the question.
I think we should have done that
thinking. No-brainer.
Would you like to elaborate?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
It's time.
I think we're done.
We're up against it.
Making a mockery of this segment.
No, we're not.
That's
not true. Hey, do you want to do the 2025 MLB Home Run Derby draft right now?
Yeah, not right now because I got to pull it up.
Like next.
Yeah, you want to do it next?
Anthony, whatever you want to do.
Anthony, we should do it next.
We're a team. All right, next. We're going to do our 2025 MLB Home Run Derby draft. Here's the question, though, gents. Does this impact, do we get like a point added to our total for the Home Run Derby? Our Cardinals Home Run Derby.
I forget what we did last year.
We did something last year. I think you got a point.
Make it 5 points.
No, we can't do that.
And what do we do with Carey then?
Oh, we'll just give
him what we don't want.
We could do the highest odds. Who's left on the on the list. We'll go by the odds of who's supposed to win.
Or we'll just draft and then Carey gets our leftovers.
Yeah, that sounds good too.
All right, that's next on 101 ESPN.
Yeah. Anthony, I can't rave enough about our friends over at Mentality. They're life changers. They really are. And for most men, ages 30, 40, 50, low testosterone. It just happens. It's inevitable. Mm-hmm. And you just don't feel the same. I remember talking to somebody a couple of days ago. They were going through the same thing, said just tired and, just had no energy and were very irritable. And then they also went into Mentality, took our advice, got the blood work done, got on their own program, and they said that it just changed everything for
Dude, I love Mentality. True story. So I'm like, hey, listen, it's a rainy day yesterday. Not going to be able to do a lot of yard work. I got to attack the basement. Basement's a mess. The kids' area was, the toys are all over the place. I want to organize some stuff, right? I was going all day, Jamie. I looked at the clock at one point, 12:30 in the morning. I go, oh, boy, I got to get some sleep. I was revving to go. I was moving stuff.
My goodness.
Felt great. I felt great. Still got some good sleep at night, but all kidding aside, and that is a true story. Mentality has changed things for me. I feel more locked in at work. I feel more locked in when I get at home at night with the kids and the wife, because I feel like, hey, got the energy. I feel great. You can too. MentalityHealth.com/radio. If you want to book your appointment there, just go in. Tell them Jamie and Anthony sent you in there. Chesterfield is one location. South County, is another location. They offer the FDA-approved testosterone therapy, and all of a sudden you start to feel great on their program. Jamie and I have done it. You'll feel the success as well. It's Mentality. Run Derby is tonight, and per usual, we do a draft for the Home Run Derby, in which we all do a snake draft, and we choose a player.
No, I'd rather take a player for this one.
Huh?
Should a snake draft.
Yeah, we're going to do a snake draft.
I'd rather pick a player.
Yeah, that's what you're going to do. In our snake draft.
Our snake pit draft.
Okay. All right.
All right, so Marshy, do we all agree that you get like a point added to your Home Run Derby?
Sure.
Okay.
I'd prefer 3 points.
Would you like to do 3?
No,
1 point.
It was one last year. I checked the records.
Okay.
All right.
I believe you.
Yeah. Jamie.
Yeah.
Who would you like?
I'm upset that Pete Alonso's not in it, of course. Go Cal. Go Cal Raleigh.
Cal Raleigh?
Yeah.
Okay. What has he done?
Yeah, he's having a pretty good year.
Yeah. 38 home runs. Power pack potential. Unbelievable first half. Okay, who's next? Carey?
That'd be Carey.
So what are we doing to him? We screwing him, or do you want to put the names on a board?
That's up to you.
He really does like Jazz Chisholm.
He does. He typically does.
If we went by the odds, O'Neal Cruz would be the next player off the board.
I don't think he's an O'Neal Cruz guy.
Look, I'll do this. Well, I'll do the old name generator because he didn't even know we were doing this. All right. How about that?
What?
It's not like he forgot to send in his pick. He didn't know we were doing this.
Oh,
so I'm going to spin the wheel.
Soft.
Name generator. Well, Jamie, you just told me to be more positive.
I didn't say soft, though.
Tell me when to spin the wheel, Anthony.
Oh, go for it. Are you spinning or am I?
You are. You said you were doing it.
Well, then he said, tell me when to spin the wheel.
He's just doing the...
You said you're the name generator.
God, this already ruined.
Jamie, shut your beautiful mouth. Byron Buxton.
Buxton.
Okay.
Buxton to Carey.
All right. Get there.
You're up next, Anthony.
All right, I want O'Neal Cruz.
Okay.
Please and thank you.
I'm going to go with the hometown guy, lefty. Good story. He got inserted into the home run derby because his teammate bowed out. Give me Matt Olson.
Okay.
And I'm up again, huh?
Yes.
Ooh, I'm between...
I get screwed on the snake draft every time we do one of these.
You just don't like how it's done.
It's every time I pick first and then I get the crap at the end of it because you get.
But you get the first pick.
So what? It's overrated.
Okay.
I'm torn right now. I'm really torn.
Splashback Deuce with an important question. Who's Fetty pitching to? I picked them. It's a good question.
I think he was in the celebrity softball game. Could be wrong on that one.
All-time pitcher.
All-time pitcher.
Nah. Some of the other guys like Michaelis.
Jamie, who do you like? Actually, Anthony, who do you like? James Wood or Brent Rooker?
You don't
James
like my
Wood.
opinion?
All right, give me James Wood.
I don't understand why you had to slight me on that one.
Well, it's because Anthony was next, and whoever he liked, I was going to pick that person.
I thought you were going to go the opposite, honestly. That's why I gave you James Wood.
Okay, just make a pick.
Okay. You know what? No, I'll go with Caminero. Junior Caminero. I was going to go Rooker, but no. All right, spin that wheel, Marsh.
You ready to spin that wheel?
Yes, sir. All right, 4. Carey Davis. He's going to get... Oh, Matt Olson was already taken. He gets... Hold on. I forgot to remove Olson from the thing.
Oh!
Brent Rooker.
At least Jamie gets Jazz.
It's a good one, eh, Margie?
He'll probably win now.
Probably.
Stupid snake draft.
All right, there you go. So Jamie drafted Cal Raleigh and then got stuck with Jazz Chisholm. CD did nothing, but he got Byron Buxton and Brent Rooker. I got O'Neal Cruz and didn't read Marshy correctly, so I got Junior Caminero. Marshy took Matt Olson and James Wood.
Jamie, good odds here for Jazz. He's at plus 1,300.
I see that.
He'll be fine. All right, we got the biggest question of the day, which is Blues and Cardinals centric.
What?
Yeah, that's next on 101 ESPN.
Biggest question of the day, brought to you by Mentality. Our patients experience a 30% increase in testosterone levels. Reclaim your health at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
503, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Andrew Marsh and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Guy Carey Davis will be back tomorrow. Marsh, what's our biggest question of the day?
All right, gentlemen. As you teased in the segment before this one, a little bit of Cardinals, a little bit of Blues. But our biggest question of the day is, did the Blues find their identity in the second half of the season? And can the Cardinals do the same?
I don't think there's any question that the Blues found their identity in the second half, specifically after the Four Nations tournament. I think they turned it up. I think, quite frankly, Jim Montgomery said as much and has said as much since the season, how important that Four Nations break was, not only for players like Robert Thomas, but the entire team and himself. When he first came over, he told TMA, when he first was hired after being fired by the Bruins and stepped back in, Monty discussed thinking, hey, you know what? The culture shift, everybody get on the same page, everybody on board. He figures that'll be in a couple of weeks. It wasn't until after the Four Nations where everything clicked. If everybody's not on board at the same time, it's really difficult to form an identity, especially in hockey. So, yeah, I think that the Blues absolutely found their identity after the Four Nations tournament.
Yeah, they did. And for me, it's a combination of things. One, the Four Nations break, to your point, gave some players physical rest, other players mental rest, and maybe another portion of them both. But for me, the turning point overall was the trip to LA. And I've talked to you guys about this, and we were in the same hotel for, I think it was 5 or 6 straight days. Played LA twice and then Anaheim once in that span. But a couple things happened on that trip. One, Colton Parayko got injured against the Kings, and it was right before the trade deadline. And a lot of people thought, okay, Army's going to have to go and get another defenseman here, or we're in trouble type thing. And then also Braden Shen's name floated out everywhere about the Toronto Maple Leafs and all this stuff, and would he be asked to waive his no-trade clause? And once the dust settled, we were still on that trip. Once the dust settled, Colton Parayko was still injured. Army did not go out and get a replacement. Nick Leddy was coming back off the IR, so plug and play right there. Braden Shen remained a Blue. It was almost like an exhale for the team a little bit. And boom, they took off. Like, they went on that heater of a streak, and it just was a different team overall. And I think that the way Army handled the trade deadline is probably the best possible thing he could have done. Had he tinkered or traded, we may not have seen a team go on that kind of a run and make the playoffs and reset the culture to where we know what Blues hockey is now.
Right.
So for me, it was the Four Nations break mixed in with the trip to LA and the trade deadline, and then we saw a completely different team from that point on.
And the second part of that is the Cardinals. Could the Cardinals find their identity down the stretch? I think that would be very difficult. I don't think they have all the pieces yet. And they know they don't have all the pieces yet.
I think the hardest part to wrap your brain around from the Cardinals' standpoint is, like, the Blues had the goaltending. They had a really good defensive core. Even without Colton Parayko, they still had seasoned guys, Leddy, Falk, who weren't having bad seasons. Problem for the Cardinals is out of the premium position, which is pitching, they don't have great guys. Like Fedde and Michaelis are not fantastic. Fedde's really not pitching it when Palante's kind of up and down. So that, to me, is the biggest outlier, is the pitching's not there. Now, can the Cardinals and Mozeliak and Bloom go find some guys to fill that void and change the narrative on it? Maybe. But that's where I think the biggest difference is.
Yeah. I think they can find their identity for this season, but I also think they already did. I mean, when they were playing at their best, because really when we say find their identity, they're playing well, right? So you'd have to go back to May. That was when they found their identity. They leaned on their defense, the pitching wasn't bad, and the offense was pretty explosive. That's the best I think they can be for this year. Can they rediscover that in the second half? I don't think they can with two guys in their starting rotation that have really struggled. We're not talking about 1 star, 2 starts here. We're talking about multiple starts in which Michaelis and Fedde were not good. Now, maybe Michaelis was tipping his pitches. He was much better against the Nationals. If that's the case, great, fantastic. Then you only have to replace one in the rotation right now, which is Fedde.
You can do that with McGreevy.
And you can. You get McGreevy up. Play strong defense. The pitching staff isn't a disaster, and now that Herrera's back, maybe your offense can touch greatness again. Cool. I think for this season they can find an identity. But do you think overall that it's can you really have an identity in baseball? And
I think you can.
Do you want that?
I think you can. Like the Braves, their identity back in the day was the pitching that they had.
Right.
You look at this Cardinals team, it's scrappy. I think that's what they want to be known as a team that's never out of a ball game. They don't give up. They play high energy, stealing bases.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's bad to have an identity.
I think in most cases you do want one.
Yeah.
This is who we are. This is when we win. This is how we win. When we lose, this is how we lose. But in baseball, I often feel like when you start to break down your focus to just one thing, for example, offense. We're a power hitting team. Okay, we don't do anything else well. You want to have multiple ways to beat a team. You want to have power. You want to have clutch hitting. You want to have, the ability to move somebody over. You want to have guys that can run, steal bases, take the extra base. Don't you want to be as balanced as possible in baseball?
Yeah, but just being balanced doesn't mean you don't have an identity.
All right, Jamie, go to hell.
You go to hell. It's called a conversation.
I don't like it.
Everybody love everybody.
I don't like the way this is going.
ELE, gentlemen.
I don't like this conversation.
Oh, if Anthony doesn't like it, we just stop. Anthony's that kid.
Coming up next.
No. Marshy, hang on. Anthony's that kid. You got a great game of street hockey going, right?
Oh, yeah.
Everything's going fine. And then he gives up a bad goal or makes a bad play, and he's like, takes his net and goes home and screws up the game for everybody else.
Yeah, he's the one that takes the puck while we're playing street hockey, tries to clear it, shoots it into the neighbor's backyard, and you're not allowed to go back there because who knows what's back there. Could be an angry dog that steals pucks.
Could be somebody that is chaining other people up in their basement.
Oh, boy.
You never know.
Maybe, but either way, you ruin the game.
Dark in a hurry.
You ruined the game. I was referring to the Sandlot.
I know.
I don't know what you were
was going to say,
referring
I watched the Sandlot last night. Watched it. And then Anthony's
referring to,
kids up in backyards and stuff.
I don't know.
What the hell's wrong
Just
with
saying. Watch a movie, No.
No.
All right, Jamie, I concede. You're right. You can't have an identity in baseball. You can.
I don't want an identity. No, I don't want it.
You know what? In all seriousness, if you do have an identity in baseball, what would you choose?
Home runs.
All right. For me, it'd be dominant pitching.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't sell tickets.
Dominant pitching, clutch hitting.
You don't want much at all.
No, hear me out. Maybe
Cody Ross.
Exactly. Maybe your offense isn't statistically great, but it delivers when you need it most. Clutch hitting. That's the new identity of Stalter's team. Pitching, defense, clutch hitting. Sign me up. I'll say aye.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
we did it.
No, it's awesome.
We did. I brought us back.
I'm so glad you're happy again.
I brought us back together.
You did, huh? That's what you think you did.
You know what I love about this show?
My gosh.
About an hour ago, Jamie got on my case for throwing my teammate under the bus and you.
Uh-huh.
And then an hour later, he literally did the same thing, but in a different way.
How did I throw who did I throw under the bus?
He just said he ruined the street hockey
everything.
game.
I didn't say that. I said he's like the guy.
He painted a picture that I was the guy.
He tried to go to break because he wasn't getting his way, Marshy.
No, not that I wasn't getting my way. Just I wasn't happy with the conversation.
No, it's not a criticism. I'm just saying I think it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen, holding someone accountable is different than just being mad at them for no reason.
I was trying to hold him accountable. He tried to trade John, and now John is apparently the next John Wick.
Listen, guys.
If not the John Wick.
You got to remember what sort of headspace I was in then, okay? We needed pitching. And John was like, well, what do you want to give up for that pitching? And granted, it was a simple question.
It's pretty simple, straightforward.
Simple and straightforward.
Inquiring minds wanted to know.
But where I was at in my head that day, I was just sorry. He got in the way. And look, now I'm paying for it. Okay?
We're all paying for it.
We're all paying for it.
Yeah, we are. End up giving up a trophy again.
John's on a revenge tour right now.
Boy, that'd be 2 and... Have we ever given up 2 in less than a month?
Guys, we've been terrible lately.
Yeah.
What's going on with us?
We gave up a Gauntlet win in May, in June, and now we're on the cusp of doing it in July.
Oh,
Before that, we were rock solid. Now we're falling apart.
We're going to have to get it together, boys. Yeah. It's pretty embarrassing.
And now...
Wait. Bring up our previous record.
Our previous record?
Yeah.
In terms of what?
The Gauntlet.
Like 2024?
No. Like the from January until we started losing. What were we? Just roundabout.
Well, we didn't give up any wins, 4 wins. That never happened.
Yeah.
We did go to a save opportunity in.
No, just we don't need the save option. Just
well, Anthony, I don't have the splits for every month. I don't keep track of that.
But we're outstanding.
Then why do we even have a spreadsheet?
My point is,
let's just how about this? Beginning of April, we went from April 1st to May 9th, only losing twice. That was a good stretch for us.
So here's the deal, guys.
And then May 21st, it all started to unravel.
From what I can gather, when teams are struggling, what they need to do is point out previous records.
Yeah. The back of the gauntlet
and highlight those.
I think the back of the gauntlet card will show that. We'll pull out a win tomorrow.
And then act like, hey, that's all you should be paying attention to. You know what I mean?
If your manager got kicked out on like a certain holiday.
Sure.
And then you just look at that date.
Yeah, like that holiday. It actually doesn't even have to be a holiday. It could just be like a Mother's Day or something like that. Like, although it should be a holiday, Sunday's already,
Right.
So
yeah.
All I'm saying is, if like your fan base is ticked off, all you have to do is go back like 10 years ago and remind them how good you were.
Oh, yeah.
That's the play.
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen it done. I just can't remember what.
Like, here, why don't we just take a look real quick?
A
year ago on this day, where are we? July 14th, July 15th of 2024. Eric, unfortunately, you're getting thrown under the bus here. You lost. So that means tomorrow, the 15th, we're going to win.
It's a win day.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. Have other quarterbacks closed the window, closed the gap with Patrick Mahomes? At least one person from the mothership says yes.
What?
I want to know what Marsh thinks. I think Marsh agrees with this guy. That's next on ESPN.
Okay, so Mahomes is still number one. We're going to do my quarterback tiers later. He's on a tier by himself because of what he can do, his record when the team is down 10 points, which is the best in history. He is a Terminator, and he strikes fear in every single fan base. And even the Eagles fans try to say that he doesn't scare them after February. If they play again, they'll be a little bit nervous. But here's the deal. The gap is closing.
Wowie, wow, wow.
All right, so that was Kevin Clark of ESPN, who says, as you just heard, the gap is closing between Mahomes, and what he meant was Mahomes, the gap is closing between Mahomes and other QBs around the league, including Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow. His main reasons are, well, we'll let Kevin Clark explain those reasons to you now.
The reason Mahomes was one of the best passers we've ever seen when he came into the league was the deep ball. And how many times you'd take those screen grabs and you'd say, hey, this play where Patrick Mahomes has three guys around him, he's going to roll to his right and hit Tyreek Hill for a 45-yard touchdown. Or he's going to find Travis Kelce who's sitting down in the zone for a 35-yard gain. That has not happened the last couple of years. Why? The answer is a little bit of everything. Offensive line has gotten worse. The chemistry down the field has gotten worse. But here's the deal. It has to get better this year. 4 straight years. His completion percentage on deep balls over 20 yards has gone down. It was 47% in 2021. It's now under 30%. Average depth of target is the lowest in the league over the past 2 years. That should not be happening. He should not have a worse deep ball, and I've said it a million times, just statistically, than Daniel Jones and Cooper Rush. It shouldn't be happening anywhere. There should be no excuses for that. That's not necessarily on Patrick Mahomes, although some of them are just misses down the field. Some of it's just Xavier Worthy walking out of bounds against the Buffalo Bills. Someone's got to figure out how to bring this all together. Maybe Josh Simmons, the first-round tackle, if he's healthy at Ohio State, maybe he's the piece there where he gets you a couple more seconds there in the backfield. Mahomes has to get more comfortable. The receivers have to get more comfortable downfield. But that is the reason the gap is closing, not closed, with the rest of those guys, Allen, Jackson, obviously, and Burrow.
Look, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, franchise quarterbacks, absolute studs, guys that are, depending on where your rankings are, they're certainly top 5, and they'll continue to be top 5 quarterbacks. I don't know where you guys are on this discussion, but I can't say that the gap is closed or is closing just because Patrick Mahomes has become inaccurate on the deep ball. That is as much, and to Kevin Clark's credit, he does go into this, but that's as much as on the wide receiver, the play design, the down and distance, what you're trying to accomplish as an offense. The gap hasn't closed, in my opinion, because Patrick Mahomes, despite having fewer and fewer weapons each and every year, and perhaps a worse offensive line, continues to get the Chiefs to the damn Super Bowl. Josh Allen has gotten the Bills very far, several times, including the AFC title game a couple of times, but has lost to the Chiefs, has lost to Mahomes being on the other side. Lamar Jackson hasn't even gotten that close consistently, and I love Lamar. Joe Burrow is the only one that's gone into Kansas City and beaten Mahomes in an AFC title game. But Joe Burrow can't do it himself because defense sucks. I think cherry-picking one side or one statistic and say, well, the gap is narrowing when Lamar runs well and Josh Allen runs well. But Patrick Mahomes is who he is because of what he does in the fourth quarters of the most pivotal games in the NFL, specifically the playoffs and Super Bowls.
Yeah. Can you win a world title in boxing without knocking out the champ or without beating the champ?
No.
So, what are we doing here?
Right.
What are we doing? I guarantee you could go back and the last 10 years of Tom Brady's career, not the first 10, the last 10, and pick apart statistically. And you could go, hey, these guys over here, they're narrowing the gap, but Brady's still winning Super Bowls. Up until his second last season in the NFL, he won a Super Bowl. So what are we doing here? So the stats on the downfield are a little off from what they should be. Big deal. I'm sorry. I'm not ready to say that Lamar and Josh Allen are closing the gap. I'm just not. Not when you had Patrick Mahomes, who almost was going for a three-peat.
Yeah, until he ran into the better team.
Until he ran into a better team. So, yeah, no, I'm not there.
I think we like to look at some of these other teams and say, well, Joe Burrow, he doesn't have a defense, and, this player doesn't have this, and this player doesn't have that. But I feel like we don't look at the Chiefs all the time and point out their flaws because it doesn't matter with them because they find ways to win. There's no excuse there because they are finding ways to win. Right. And a big reason is because of Patrick Mahomes. Mm-hmm. We'd probably be saying the same thing about these other guys if they could win despite the flaws of their team. That's what makes a quarterback legendary, is the fact that they can win despite the flaws. Mm-hmm. And that's what Patrick Mahomes is doing. Like a couple years ago, their defense was not that good.
No, the year that they beat the 49ers the first time, I remember the discussion was the Kansas City Chiefs, led by Steve Spagnuolo, was going to ruin an opportunity to win a Super Bowl. And they played better defensively in the second half. They got there and still won it all. Mm-hmm. Patrick Mahomes has won with and without Tyreek Hill, one of the most dangerous wide receivers in the world. When they traded Tyreek Hill to Miami because of the contract situation, I remember people saying, you're done. Mm-hmm. You're not going to win without Tyreek Hill. And then they won, and then the next thing came about. And you're right, we start to focus on some of the negative things because all they do is win because you're hoping, just like Tom Brady back in the back, because you did his ass too. You're hoping that eventually these guys will fall.
Now, I will say the 2 Super Bowls that Patrick Mahomes has lost, his offensive line was terrible, but show me any quarterback that could really have that type of success with a bad offensive line.
You can't.
I'm not even going to say Tom Brady.
No.
I'm not.
And Brady was always well protected.
Very well protected.
Because Bill Belichick always made sure that he had the best offensive line coach and an offensive line that worked incredibly well together. Mm-hmm. It was never about getting only first-round picks along the offensive line, only first, second, third-round picks. It was about that group working well together cohesively and then build around. And I think Andy Reid and the front office has done a terrific job of finding guys later in the draft that work well within the system. But if they start to beef up that offensive line, and it starts with they selected Josh Simmons in the first round this past year to play left tackle. Once they start to build up that offensive line, which they have done so here and there, Creed Humphrey, second round pick in 2021, they'll get there. But when the O-line is banged up as it was against Tampa in that Super Bowl, the Brady COVID Super Bowl, he ain't going to win. And the Eagles just throttled them from start to finish. The Eagles were hands down the best team last year. Nobody was beating the Eagles that night. It
wasn't a good matchup.
No. So, with all due respect, I can't go to the Kevin Clark line of thinking in that, well, the deep ball accuracy isn't there, so these other quarterbacks are closing the gap. Jamie's right. Until the heavyweight champion gets knocked out several times, not just once, because we've seen him get knocked down once. But until he gets dethroned multiple times by Josh Allen, by Lamar Jackson, by Joe Burrow, I'm sorry, this isn't a discussion.
I think you could say the gap could be slightly closing, but there's still some distance there, right? There's still some. It's not like it's not like these quarterbacks are not good.
Yeah,
they are. We even saw Joe Burrow beat Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship game, so we know it is possible.
We've seen them win a couple times against Kansas City.
Exactly. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. Mm-hmm. It's just you have to beat the champ in the AFC in order to take said throne. And at this point, only one team can do that. Only one quarterback can do that.
It's Jalen Hurts.
Well, yeah.
In the Super Bowl. Yeah. Eagles are going to win it all again, huh?
No.
Okay. It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We got Bet the Board next.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Tonight you can listen to the Home Run Derby right here on 101 ESPN. That starts at 7 o'clock, so make sure you tune in. The Cardinals have wrapped up the first half of the season, and they had the 5th pick yesterday in the MLB Draft, and Liam Doyle was their selection. We talked about Liam Doyle earlier in the show. If you missed that conversation, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our shows there, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. We have Bet the Board coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. Time to bet the board. And boy, it's slim pickings here, Marshy.
Yeah.
Slim pickings.
Kind of, but not really.
What do we got for standings, first and foremost?
All right, we have a tight race here in the month of July. Looking at the standings right now, Anthony, you have 5 points. Jamie has 5 points.
Yeah.
Carey has 5 points, and I have 3 points. Check this out. I picked the Pirates and Twins to have over 19 and a half strikeouts, total strikeouts on Friday, with Paul Skeens and Joe Ryan on the mound. They finished with 19.
Ouch.
Yeah.
You know, I've been impressed. I think the Rockies should send Carey some love.
Yeah.
You know? 2 times that he's picked them, they've won.
He knows what he's doing.
He does. He certainly does. All right, so Jamie, go ahead.
I'm going to stick with the home run derby just because nothing else really appeals to me. So I'm going to double down. I picked Cal Raleigh to win it earlier in our little thing. I'm going to go with Cal Raleigh plus 310.
You're sick. Okay. Marshy.
Yes.
I have Junior Caminero in our draft.
Okay.
Round 1. Total HRs for Junior over 17 and a half. He's going to hit 20.
And what did Carey text us today?
Oh, Carey texted us. Oh, geez. Wow. Can you believe this, guys? He's going with Jazz Chisholm to win the home run derby tonight. Holy smokes. I mean, hey, go for it, right?
Yeah, why not?
I ain't going to laugh at him. Not after that Rockies pick on Friday.
Not at all. Not at all. I am looking at the total swing-offs tonight. Over 0.5. It's at plus 280. So all I need tonight is a swing-off to occur.
What's a swing-off?
It's when 2 players are tied, and then they go to a swing-off.
What?
It's different than a tie-off.
You tie up some people, and then you swing?
No.
Are you hearing this, Jamie?
Is this where you got to put your keys in the basket?
No.
No?
Swing
Wrong
off.
again, Jamie.
Huh.
It's a swing-off.
I mean, I think I've heard of this, but...
Do you want to expand?
I thought I did. It's when 2 players hit the same amount of home runs in one round, and they're tied. So then they go to a swing-off.
Got it. Overtime.
Oh,
They go to
baseball.
overtime.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Not that
makes
type of
that-
swing-off. More expensive swing-off.
Not that part.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Cool. There's Bet the Board.
Yeah.
You're on 101 at ESPN. By the way, this is coming down. Stu Steinberg will sell the Tampa Bay Rays for $1.7 billion. Wow. So according to ESPN, Rays owner Stu Steinberg has agreed in principle to a $1.7 billion deal to sell the franchise to a group led by a Florida-based developer. And that report first surfaced from The Athletic. The deal is reportedly expected to be closed as early as September and will keep the franchise in the area. So the new owner, a home builder in Jacksonville, having a strong preference to land in Tampa rather than St. Petersburg. Steinberg bought the Rays in 2004 for $200 million. So now he's up to $1.7 billion.
I would move the team. I would move the team out of Florida.
Marsh.
I would.
Why?
Because they don't care.
They do care.
No, they don't. Even Marlins fans don't care.
Oh, those four people, they care.
It is weird that both of those teams struggle attendance-wise. And the state of Florida produces a lot of baseball players. It's weird. And they have a heavy Hispanic population. We know that Hispanic population, they have lots of baseball players. And I wonder if the locations just aren't right. I don't know. Don't you find it weird? A little bit?
I do. I feel like the warm weather though jacks people up. We see this with like football teams too sometimes. I mean, teams got to be really good or they ain't showing up. Whereas like in Green Bay, you're like, hey, listen, it's frigid outside. Let's go back. They're 1-7, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I just think it's weird because to me, it's a climate that would be favorable for people to watch baseball games.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess, the Marlins really aren't a perennial contender. The Rays somewhat are from year to year, but do they have a player that you can really gravitate towards that is going to be there for 10-plus years?
Oh, yeah.
That also doesn't go to jail?
It's in locked up? Okay, not locked up, yeah.
The one guy they decide to give a long-term
Boy,
deal.
that was a miss.
Who do you think was the last?
Evan Longoria?
Yep.
I don't even know what
Randy Rosarino?
I don't know what your question was going to be, but it's Evan Longoria, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe this new ownership will come in and throw some money around that the old ownership didn't.
Maybe.
True.
Maybe this offseason they get a massive free agent and things change a little bit.
Yeah.
I just find it weird that Florida's such a beautiful place. The weather's very agreeable. Big populations,
Great aquarium.
Aquarium. Yeah, they got that too.
Yeah, it was out in the center field at the drop.
This is a different aquarium.
You just lost your train of thought. I'm sorry.
No, he didn't. He just...
What?
You and I interrupted him a couple times, and he's like, to hell with these guys.
Know.
I'm just going to my phone.
I don't even know. I just blacked out.
I interrupted him. Then Marsh interrupted him. He goes, yeah. And he starts looking at his phone.
Things. Ashley's at the grocery store, wants to know what flavor of rice packets I want. It's a big deal,
What do you think Mo would buy?
Mo?
Mo, he likes to go to the grocery store. What flavor of rice packet?
He's going brown. He's just going brown rice.
No, white rice is plain.
I mean, brown rice also.
Brown rice.
Same category.
Brown rice has more flavor to it, though.
What about the 4 cheese? That's
I like
my
that
favorites.
one, too.
There's no way.
I'm going to go with that one. Look at this 4 cheese.
Yes.
How about the medley?
There's no way that Mo's going with any of those. Yeah.
I don't know.
I like the roasted chicken one's pretty good,
yeah,
too.
there you go. Roasted chicken. Here we go, Ashley.
Why don't you know what I like to do? I just get 4 different ones.
Yeah.
Well, she'll mix it up for me.
Yeah.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah.
That's an important question.
Well, it's time sensitive.
It is. She's
if
there.
I don't answer. She's standing at the right in front of the rice.
Right. Why won't this guy respond?
What a jerk. How dare he's on the air.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people don't go to the baseball games in
Tampa.
I just don't understand it, though.
Yeah.
Why people don't go?
Cheese, rice. I don't get it.
I don't get it at all. I'd be at the baseball game.
All right. What we learned, 3 stars of the day next on 101 ESPN.
Fairmont Park Saturday. Join Nellie for food, drinks, fashion, and the Nellie Stakes. Admission is free.
Good old farmland. Who would have thought that it is such a great investment? Well, smart people like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, they invest in U.S. farmland. There is a reason. Steady returns, long-term growth, and real stability, even when the market is crazy. Especially right now. Think about that. Stock market up, down, all around. Well, right now you can have steady returns with farmland. For 14 years, AgVest has helped leading financial institutions manage over $900 million in farmland deals, and they're licensed in 10 states. Also, if you own farmland, AgVest can help maximize its value with full-service management from sourcing and diligence to rent and tenant selection. So please give my guy, Chris Bronner, a call. He is the founder of AgVest. His number, 618-520-7022. 618-520-7022. I know it's new to think about this, that farmland is a great investment, but people have been doing it for a long time, and it's a steady, great investment. So again, call Chris Bronner at AgVest, or you can always visit them at agvestadvisors.com. Remember, buy land. They're not making it anymore.
If you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or on the 101 ESPN mobile app, the Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. All the podcasts, of course, brought to you by Shave Door Company. Time to find out what everybody learned. Jamie, what'd you learn today?
I learned today that John Scores is John Wick, a ninja. I mean, you name it.
Yeah.
He's that guy. He's the chosen one.
Yeah.
And Anthony pissed him off, and now he's been on an absolute tear ever since.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
I wonder how his personal life is going. He must, John's going to win the lottery here, this week, too. You pushed him too far, Anthony.
Well, then that's good.
He's not going to give us any.
He might.
I doubt it. After what he might give Marshy and I and Carey.
No, he might say, hey, listen.
Maybe he'll give you a lot of it because you pushed him to that extreme.
That's what I'm saying. Things have been so crazy, and I just
maybe he'll just swoop in and buy your house and kick you out.
I mean, if you overpays for it, sure. It's a beautiful home.
It's a beautiful home. It's got a nice pond.
Yes, it does, which I've been diligently taken care of now. Yeah. Marcia, what'd you learn?
I learned today that sometimes when you're talking and somebody interrupts you, it is possible to lose your train of thought and go straight to your phone.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think he lost his train of thought. I think he just stopped talking and said, screw it, this race is more important.
I really didn't care that much about baseball fans in Florida. I just thought it was puzzling. But
yeah, sure.
And you guys were off on a tear, so I'll hand the ball off. Go ahead, boys.
Yeah.
Did you figure out which rice you're actually
all the ones we talked about.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There's those all on the list.
Great. Good. Nice.
Thank you, Ashley, if you're listening.
What I learned today is that when Marsh loses in the Gauntlet, he will look to outsource his pain.
Yeah.
He blamed me.
He will.
He blamed me.
I didn't blame you. Attacked you.
Attacked and blame. All at the same time. All wrapped up into one. Like pigs in a blanket.
You ever seen a pig in a blanket? Not the food?
No. I feel like the mud really helps them.
Yeah, but I've seen them in the wintertime. They have the horse blankets.
Yeah.
You got the special one for the pig, the hogs.
Do they?
They do.
Good. Excellent.
Got little booties, too, for their little hoofs.
Shoes. Put shoes on their hoofs. That's my Air Jordans.
Some dunks.
Something to think about. All right, Marsh, what do you got for us?
Some of these text messages are hilarious about the whole John Scores thing. John is actually not his name. It's a statement.
Yeah,
some
very
people
true.
are saying.
Yep.
Okay. Found that to be funny. From the 314, great show today. Everyone have a great night.
You as well. Thank you.
Let's see here. From the 314, Carey Davis was too negative today.
He certainly was. He certainly was. I hope he cleans up his act and comes back strong tomorrow.
What do you think Carey is going to... what energy do you think he'll bring tomorrow?
None.
Damn.
No. Well, remember last week we had Carey back from Hawaii? It was like a 3-day conversion back to...
Yeah, he wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
And he also, he flat out told us, hey, listen, it's going to take me a second here.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here. Mm-hmm. He looked at all of us right in our face. And he said, hey, Jamie, I just want you to know, I don't want to be here with you. And then he turned to Marsh and said, hey, listen, Marshy, I don't want to be here. And they looked at me, but then he quickly looked down and said, listen, I don't want to be here. And we're like, okay, geez. Just tell us once collectively,
so
Carey.
let me guess, do you want to be here or not?
Right. Yeah. It's awkward.
Cardinals wouldn't want him. They only want people that want to be here.
That's a good point.
You guys ready for those 3 stars?
Damn right we are.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 stars of the day. Presented by Circus Sports Illinois. Sports betting the way it should be.
All right, gentlemen, our 3rd star of the day goes out to Anthony's street hockey career.
Yeah, taking his net.
I did play one street hockey game in my career. I think I was in middle school, and I scored right away.
Nice.
We should have a little fast lane street hockey game.
That'd be fun.
In my house. Yeah, Marsha?
That'd be good.
I'm in.
I'm in. We're all competitive.
Yes.
Fun.
Our second
So
star
someone
of the
gets hit in
day.
the shins with a stick. That happened to me a couple of times. So what I'd do is I'd purposely fire the stick up the shaft, crush the kid's fingers after.
Oh, ouch. Wow. Mr. Rivers, I'm bleeding.
Guess what? Never got slashed in the shins again.
Guess because kid never played again.
He's fine. He did something else. Played soccer, I think.
Second star of the day goes out to swing-offs.
Oh, yeah.
Should have been first.
Yeah.
In home run derby, of course.
Yep.
And our first star of the day, John Scores does not get the first star of the day. The first star gets John Scores.
Oh, well done.
Wow.
Well done.
Very well done.
All right, that'll do it for us. We'll see Carey tomorrow for Andrew Marsh and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. See you.